It was probably a Cotiyo, honestly. He probably asked something stupid.
Yeah, the Mexican.
The Mexican.
The Mexican. No, it wasn't. Yeah, actually, he did.
What's up? Welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 591, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your soon-to-be 2026 World Series champion, Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie. Fuck yeah, Jake. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you know, I think we got
Rest in
2K
peace.
back there right now. Yeah, 2K on the ones and twos. Section10merch.com. We're cooking on some ideas. Cyber Monday. I feel like the loose plan is Cyber Monday live stream at Sully's. Tyler in an elf costume. Coley in a Santa costume. Steve.
Who knows? Yeah, we'll figure it out. Reindeer. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. We're gonna Christmas it up.
Mrs. Claus.
And, yeah, we're gonna be live streaming to everyone. Whoa. And
hey, whatever.
I think the goal would be to I don't know, maybe we have some miscellaneous items, things that we can place into the, like if you're ordering on Cyber Monday, you never know what we might slip into the old envelope. Some handwritten notes. Like you never know what T could put in an
handwritten
envelope.
threats.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Depends. But yeah, Tyler.
I'd like to apologize to you.
To who?
To you and your dog, Ace.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I made a threat on social media the other day towards him, and I could feel just from the tone of your tweet, if you saw me, you probably would have shot me on sight. And I want to...
Not even the top 10 most angriest I've been at you.
Wow, that's pretty good. I felt anger through the tweet, and maybe it's just the guilt in my life, but I don't want to squeeze Ace's head till it pops.
Okay. Yeah, definitely that's a guilt thing. I don't think I if I was mad, I would have yelled at you in the group text, to which you would have promptly ignored, like you did the other day. Yeah.
I was working.
Yeah, working on promoting other people's shows. Steve?
No, I just wanted to add real quick. The fact that it was a clean 40 of T suspensions this year is very impressive. Shout out to Garrett for putting that together. I don't know if people really understand how much time goes into piecing together every single suspension from the entire season. Garrett is the absolute man. But yeah, T, clean 40 of getting tossed. That is, and it's better than last year. It's an upgrade. So
yeah, speaking of getting tossed, Steve forgot the Taiku of the Year on the award show. And immediately everyone was like, where's the Taiku of the Year? Where's the Taiku of the Year? I don't know why he's doing thumbs down right now. Like he usually does that in protest. There's nothing to protest. There was no Taiku of the Year. Something that Tyler puts a lot of thought into. It's pressure packed. I mean, sometimes it's like he's got mere seconds to come up with a banger, and he does. It's like he's being guarded by 3 dudes, and he's still just like, oh, blind, and puts it up, bang, 3-pointer to win the game. There's a lot of effort that goes into the Taikus, and they deserve to be recognized at the end of the year at the Section 10 Awards. And someone like me sitting here listening to all of them, having to nominate X amount of Taikus of the year. Again, it's a process that it's insulting, Steve, that you ignored it.
I did the hard part. I had reached out to Garrett, got him to compile the nominees for Taiku of the Year. I had texted Tyler all of the Taikus of the year and was like, hey, if you can mention these, that would be great. I just didn't tee him up which was the easiest thing to do. Be like, over to Tyler for Taiko of the Year. So it was a minor mistake, but yeah, worth getting tossed. So that's fun.
Steve, I'll defend you. You were going through a lot during that entire award show. Things were a little off the rails to begin.
He more means that there's a lot of stuff to prep. It's not like I'm going through nothing. But
what the fuck is he going through?
Steve was just battling, and listen, we came up short as a team that day.
Battling what?
No
he was
rehearsal.
trying to put on a show.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to host.
The music was a little off at a certain point. He seemed a little traumatized by that.
Thanks, Steve. What?
Appreciate it, T.
I just want to say thank you, Garrett. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
No problem, T.
Thank you, Coley.
How about, the fuck? Thank Coley, too.
Eamon, thank you. Jeremy, thank you.
Yep.
Bones,
You didn't thank Coley still.
I thanked
He
Coley.
did. He said Coley.
30 seconds ago.
Right.
I don't know if it was 30, but...
Whatever, dude.
Is it time?
Not the first time you haven't listened to me.
Is what time?
For Taiko of the Year, because he has them up.
Oh, no. It's time to talk about the Underdog Fantasy app. It's the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats like strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. I've decided that I'm going to continue to read reads as I'm giving them, even if they're outdated, because that's not my job. I'm going to read it. I'm going to Ron Burgundy every ad read that I get. So there's other ones where it's like, baseball season just kicked off, and it's like September. So moving forward, that's how it's going to go. Make entries of all baseball, or you can mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Taiko of the Year. Wow, this is how is this decided? Did you put this up to a vote with the listening audience? How the fuck did this work?
No, this is last year we did a similar thing where Garrett sends over the nominees and then we read them and we vote on them. Again, we can change how we go about this. This is just repeating what we did.
We voted on this?
We did.
You do.
How did we come to a conclusion? We don't agree on...
Bones would have a little bit more context here because he then put the clip together, but we did vote on the show of the Taiko of the Year.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
I believe you had final say, if I'm not mistaken.
Alex Cora is on the show today, everybody.
Yeah, AC.
Yeah, the manager of the Boston Red Sox.
He gives some breaking news, too.
Yeah, he broke news, and it was very exciting. Very exciting news. Very excited that he was able to do that. What?
I just wanted the whole thing. I thought we were going to...
No, it's not that exciting.
Okay.
It's nerdy news. The best, that's the best kind.
Yeah. All right, let's do that Taiko of the Year, huh? Right after we talk about Blue Moon. Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, so it's no wonder why you crave it. Blue Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for those occasions when you want a lighter option, reach for a Blue Moon Light at only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving. It's a refreshingly light alternative brew, beer brewed with real tangerine peel. Looking for a great-tasting non-alcoholic beer? Try Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic, still made with real Valencia orange peel and coriander with just 80 calories. Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories, brightly brewed with real tangerine peel, tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. There'll be a ton of Blue Moon at my Christmas party that I'm having at my house that I invited Tyler and Martha and Coley and Mariah and Dan Peralt. But I said Steve could bring them. I said Steve could drive, be like the DD and bring Dan.
And just stay outside, drop him off, make sure he's okay, and drive him home.
Yeah, it would be insane for you to drive all the way back to Hingham. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you have.
I'll probably go to Papagino's or something. I'll kill some time.
Yeah, there's a Papagino's close by. 99's close by.
I mean, for my money, the greatest place on earth to go to eat, and I feel like T might agree here, are the Papa's D'Angelo's combos.
100%.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
I don't think they're going to last forever, so I'm trying to cherish it because I feel like
That's
eventually
been
they're
there
going to be
forever.
gone.
You heard about Boston.
Huh?
There's one Papagino's left in Boston right now, the entire city.
You did hear about Boston, yes?
No, this is like a scary thing. The fact that there's one Papagino's left in the entire city of Boston, we're going extinct. We probably have 5 years max here.
I did hear. I think Mikey had told me that. We were looking up the history of Papagino's, and it was a fun trip down memory lane. But yeah, it might be gone soon. Very sad.
You know what that Hyde Park Papagino's fucking meant to me when I was in college at Curry?
Yeah.
I'd eat there 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week.
Yeah.
I'd go in there and do my homework.
Papagino's.
No, I'd go in there and do my homework at the table. There was this nice little lady, Teresa, who would bring out my breadsticks and put them on the table. Extra cheese on them.
At it.
And shout out Sally, hell of a gal.
Yeah.
But I would sit there and do homework a lot my freshman year in there. It was a comfort place.
You did homework at Papagino's?
I did. I got hungry.
What kind of
way
homework?
That Papagino's had Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, Papagino's? Definitely.
Papagino's had Wi-Fi?
Uh-huh.
The one over
You'd be
the
surprised what has Wi-Fi.
But like what has Wi-Fi, you know what I mean? Like I'm so sick, like it's 2025 and we have Wi-Fi every flight ever, every train ever. No, you don't.
True.
This sucks. Anyway.
The Target Wi-Fi is very good.
I could see that.
Yeah. I got a letter in the mail from Wally.
We should post that, right? I feel like that's a good post.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, if anyone listening to the show, they know how I feel about weddings. It's nothing against who's getting married or anything like that. But I've let this be known on this show, and any other time that I have the opportunity to speak about it, I will. Not a big wedding guy. It's not that I like weddings. I like the ceremony. You know, I like the daddy-daughter dance and all that shit. It's nice. It's fine. I like the dinner. You know, I actually like what's it called? Family style, when it's like you don't get to
bunch of bowls and bunch of plates. Yeah.
It's like, all right, we'll bring out a bunch of chicken, we'll bring out a bunch of beef and some mashed potatoes. It's like, yeah, this is great. Like everyone just
what do they sound like? What is it?
I don't remember what, I'm kind of making it up as I go. I don't remember what he sounded like when he was like a mashed potatoes. And I was like, what accent is that? And he didn't say.
Mashed potatoes. Yeah.
So like there's parts of weddings that I like. The part of the wedding that I don't like is what's like, all right, everybody on the dance floor, let's motherfucking get on. I'm like, is that Con Breslow up there? Like,
all right, you motherfucking dick cocks, get out there now.
Yeah. So that's the part of the wedding that I hate, and that's honestly everyone else's favorite part, and that's the longest part, and it's the last part. You know, so like it sucks. It sucks for me. So I get this manila envelope in the mail, and it's addressed to me, and I see that like the return address is Fenway Park. So I was like, okay, intriguing, interesting. Like not the first time that I've gotten something from Fenway Park, but it usually varies in terms of like what it is.
Contract to play third base.
Yeah, be nice. So I open it up, and there's an envelope inside the envelope. And it says, save the date, wedding invitation info. And my first thought was, I think is it a listener? Because like sometimes like, fans will send, mail to the players to Fenway, and then like they give it to the players in the clubhouse or whatever. I was like, did someone try to send this to me but didn't know my address, so they sent it to the Red Sox for the Red Sox to send to me? Like, maybe that could be it. So it says save the date, wedding invitation info. And then I open that up, and there's a white piece of paper in there. And it says biggest wedding of the year coming up. And I just go, fuck. And Train's like, what? I was like, it's another fucking...
Your Train impression, dude. I feel like Train gets done dirty with this impression. What is it?
It's like, what? What are you saying that for? And I was like, it's another fucking wedding invitation, because I get one a month. She gets fucking one a month. I'm just like, it's a fucking another one. It says it's the biggest wedding of the year. Like, that sounds like a nightmare. A nightmare. Now I'm thinking like, who that works for the Red Sox is getting married that would invite me? I'm not
There's
saying
a lot of dancing at the biggest wedding of the year, so you're like,
oh
no.
my God, it would be the whole damn time.
But dancing
They would
on
be
the
like
field?
dancing. They'd be dancing to go get their fucking chicken tenders. Like, oh, it's fucking open bar. Go dance in line. Like, no, I don't want to dance. So biggest wedding of the year coming up, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. You're going just already pissed off at potentially like who is this? I open it up and it's on a Red Sox letterhead, and I was like, it's got to be someone in the front office, something like that. I was like, who the fuck? Jared, you are cordially invited to nothing. No wedding, no nothing. Just wanted to make you sweat a little. Happy off season to you, Train, and the boys. Love your pal, Wally. And you know what?
Love you, Wally.
Name another podcast that's getting handwritten letters from their favorite team's mascot. No one else is getting that.
None.
No one else is getting that. So I guess the lesson learned here is it's not about the weddings that you're invited to or not. It's about the friends that you make along the way, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah.
I mean, that's
Wally,
life. Right?
That's life, you know? That's life. That's life. You know what I'm saying?
That's life.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Wally. Shout out
Wally, man.
I have a suggestion. Unless you had more on Wally, I don't want to cut off any other.
Yeah, one more thing. You probably already know about Ridge for their unique, slim, modern wallets. Well, Ridge just took their game-changing wallet and made it even better. Now say hello to Ridge 2.0, the most refined version of the Ridge wallet. Ridge has been perfecting their wallet for 12 years. Everything is better with the Ridge 2.0. It's 10% lighter. Every gram matters in the Ridge Wallet 2.0. They found the perfect balance. They made it more modular, with improved cash straps, money clips, and the AirTag attachments, improved surface design, plated cash straps made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber, over 50 plus colors and styles to choose from. You can even get a wallet that features every NFL, MLB, or college team, perfect for holiday gifting, especially since Ridge is having their biggest sale of the year right now. Plus, all Ridge wallets have a new industry-leading built-for-life warranty, so even if your wallet is lost or stolen, they've got you covered. Does it give you peace of mind knowing that all Ridge wallets are RFID blocking technology, keeping you safe from digital pickpocketers? Over 100,000 5-star reviews, proof that Ridge is a gift people love to receive. Ridge isn't just about wallets. They create premium everyday carry essentials like key cases, suitcases, and their game-changing power banks, all built with the same sleek, durable design. You'll find the perfect gift for every wish list. For a limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. Head to ridge.com to get up to 47% off your order. This is by far the biggest discount that they've given all year. That's ridge.com for up to 47% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Steve, you had something to add?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say we should tease the Taikus and get into Cora now, and on the tail end, Taiku of the year gets nominated and selected. And all the words to define someone getting an award.
Suck one.
Suck one.
You guys want to get into Cora now and then we'll do the Taikus after that?
Mm-hmm. Not like physically.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Physically, I'm into it.
Someone said, I forget who came up with the idea, wish I could attribute it to this person, said the next season we should do a podcast where everyone switches roles and like Coley does the Taikus and like Tyler does the intro and
you do weather and I'll just cut you off the whole time.
Why would you do that?
Just in terms of like making it realistic for how it normally goes.
You just bow wow.
Bow wow. What? I don't get it. I don't get the joke.
No, I'm saying because like you cut me off all the time when I do it, so I would do that.
No,
to
so you think I cut you off, whereas in reality, I'm asking questions that I'm the voice of the voiceless. All the people that are at home listening on their podcast apps and on watching on YouTube, for those people, because at the end of the day, Steve, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm going to level with you here. I don't give a fuck about the weather. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying no. You misinterpreted what I just said.
Oh, in general. Okay, that's fine.
I didn't say I didn't care about your dumbass segment. I said I don't. What? I'm sorry. I didn't.
You were just about to clean it up, and then you
he
made
might
it
have
worse.
misspoke.
He might have misspoke.
No, that's not what I.
All right,
That's not
let's
what I
see.
meant.
Third try.
That's
What
not
do you
I meant.
got? What do you
You're
got?
not
What are your thoughts
listening.
on-
You're not listening. You're
hearing
listening
me.
too closely.
Your
not hearing
stupid
me.
closely
fucking
to the
segment
words.
sucks, but it's not about you.
You're too focused on the words he's saying
Right.
and not what he means.
Right. You're
What do you
jumping
mean?
to conclusions. I'm saying I don't care about the weather,
The
right?
dumb fuck idiot segment. Don't care.
I'll tell you what I care about. It's the people at home that really
course.
care about the weather. So
Always.
I am the voice for the voiceless in that regard. You
Hero.
call it interrupting. Thank you.
Can we hit the
Thank you.
applause?
Honestly, you know
A
what,
true
guys?
hero.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
come on.
Honestly, you're going to
What?
get heroes among us at the Celtics game.
I didn't want to. Come on. Hey. I don't even. Thank you, Coley. Thank you. This is embarrassing.
You're blushing.
I didn't expect this.
100%. So Cora
I didn't
interview.
expect
we
this
think-
at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say before that, heartwarming standing ovation. I'm not interrupting you, Steve. I am
course.
simply interjecting with journalistic integrity.
Journalistic integrity and all that shit. Yeah.
Like I'm trying to ask the questions, because I
So
feel
we should
like
switch roles next year. We should do that at some
not
point.
for the whole fucking year. Are
Not
you
the
crazy?
year. At some point next year. At some point.
Yeah, just like
one
one
episode.
show. I'll do the weather, and you can do what do you want to do?
I don't know. What should I do? The series preview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll do the series preview. I'll do the weather. Tyler will do the intro. Coley will do the taikus.
There we go.
That's going to make T so angry.
I feel like when Coley does them, everyone's going to be like, Tyler, never write a taiku again. We're moving on.
Yeah, Coley with
Risky
words.
business.
You're kind of up against it.
He's
That's
going to
not-
bar me up.
That's not a
think
great
you're gonna get
draw
Wally
for you.
pipped?
It's all right. It's cool.
Do you think that's what's going to happen? You're going to get Wally pipped?
No. Coley, no offense. I've had years of writing these taikus at this point, and as someone who's been through a lot, it takes a lot to get here.
Wow.
And Coley's written way more in general in life, but writing haikus are a special talent within themselves.
I was ready for him to bring the age into this in terms of how much longer we've existed.
Absolutely. It was implied. It was heavily implied.
You're a wordsmith. I'll admit it.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I'm a word spitter.
Coley got
Applaud
his
me.
big
Applaud me.
break by being a wordsmith. You see.
But he's not a rapper.
That's
I would
where
argue
you're
that's exactly why I'm here right now.
100,000%. If Coley wasn't a rapper, Steve gets on a duck boat. I'm
What
just
the hell
saying,
is
Steve.
this?
Like
This is one of my favorite episodes in terms of the
I
interview
know,
we got
I know,
coming up,
I
and now
know,
it's the
I
shit
know,
on Steve
I know.
show. Where
Steve,
did this come
Steve,
from?
Steve,
I
that was
cheered you on, Steve.
Coley.
What, Coley?
We do get into that on the interview, too. It comes up there.
True, this is a tease. Yeah, that's exactly what he intended for that to be.
Yeah.
A tease.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it was a David Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Happy 50th birthday to Big Poppy.
Talk about
by
using
the way. You know what I'm
words. There we
saying?
go.
Happy birthday, Big Poppy. What, T? Why are you?
Oh,
Whoa. Happy
You-
birthday to
you-
TC, and happy birthday to Brian Abraham's son.
What's his
What
name?
show is TC on again?
They 310 to left. TC shouted him out, so I wanted to shout out his son
What's
as well.
his name?
I don't know.
How are we supposed to wish him a happy birthday?
I don't know. He's only 12.
It doesn't feel very
He's
formal
only
if we don't
12.
even know
This
his
would be
name.
like doesn't have a name.
Yeah, I
but
can't have a
he-
name
he might
until you're
not.
13.
Yeah.
As you all know, you get named at 13.
Anyone else you'd like to wish a happy birthday to, T?
I do feel like we're missing one. Oh, happy birthday, Train.
Okay, thank you.
Happy birthday, Trent.
Yeah.
Shout her out.
She doesn't
Everyone
give a
thought I was going to
fuck.
leave a weird ass comment or something. I can
You
be
did.
normal.
You didn't?
No.
You did.
I just
did?
put a bunch of train emojis and said happy birthday, Train.
That's what I did.
You didn't write words.
I didn't need to. It was implied. I saw
I
a lot
had
of people put in
words.
one train. I was the first. the bravest among us. There's a lot of train emojis. I'd argue too many.
I know. I was stunned. I
ton.
typed in train. I was like, oh my God, which one do I pick? It was actually kind of hard to pick one.
Trains mean a lot to people. Thomas.
It's huge for Thomas. Yeah.
Big time.
What is he without a train? American hero.
Just like Coley without the rap industry.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday to Ken Griffey Jr.
I almost wore a Ken Griffey Jr. shirt tonight. I'm kind of pissed I didn't now. Well, you guys want to get into this Alex Cora interview?
Yes, do
Or
it.
do you want to hear Steve talk about Aura?
Having it.
Aura or Cora?
Yeah. How about Aura into Cora, Steve? Ready? Go.
What if you could give a gift that brings your favorite holiday traditions and memories to life every day? With an Aura frame, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry, what's your favorite thing about Aura?
I actually have two of them. This is not an exaggeration. I have two of them. My favorite thing about it is telling Train to upload pictures onto it. And then her
How does she
being like,
reply when you say that?
and then she goes, oh, I'm definitely going to do that soon. And then she doesn't. But I think because we're going to have the Christmas party at the house, I think that would be the perfect opportunity for her to load up the pictures on there. And then it's like, oh, when we have people over, it's like, oh, this is a lovely photo. And this is a lovely photo. Like, it's not something, it's like, we know what we look like and, you know, the girls and everything. But when you have people over as company, then it's like, all right, like, it's more for them. It's for the guests. It's for the company.
100%. Unlimited free photos and video, which is incredible. Just download the Aura app and connect to Wi-Fi. Preload photos before it ships. Keep adding from anywhere, anytime. You can personalize your gift and add a message before it arrives. That's a nice little touch right there. I like when they just have nice touches where it's like shows up, boom, personal message. It's a great thing to have during the holiday season. You can share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone all year long. You can't wrap togetherness, but you can frame it. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter. By using promo code, you guessed it, Section 10. That is Section 10 at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code Section 10. This exclusive Black Friday and Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year. So order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. One last time, $45 off with code Section 10.
That's a hell of a deal.
That's a really good deal.
Maybe I'll put a picture of you guys on my Aura frame.
That'd be
You
great.
think I would do that?
It'd mean a
definitely.
lot to me.
You got photos of us at your place?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot. I got me and Coley on the duck boats. I got
Come on.
us at what? I do.
All right, no. What else do you have?
Us at Section 10 night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the picture of all of us on the stage from the House of
That's a
Blues
good
show.
one. That's a good one. Yep.
That's got everyone in it. That's like I think that might be the only photo of all of us because we had a close call. What was that? All-Star game in Dallas, but Coley wasn't there, so he was missing from that photo under the palm tree. And T was
Close
dying.
call made it seem like someone almost died or something. You're saying like we had.
No, I'm saying we
almost
got
died.
really close to taking a picture with all of us in it.
Right, right. No, T actually did almost die that week. That's true.
Yeah.
Never
Almost got
forget.
Flipped. No, he did get flipped.
He got big flipped.
Yeah. All right. Without further ado, no more nonsense. Here's our interview with the manager of the Boston Red Sox. His name is Alex Cora. All right, we're here with my manager, Alex Cora. When is the last time that you've been on the show? I feel like it's been a little bit.
Oof. 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
No,
Name
no,
redacted.
really?
It was name redacted for sure.
Are you serious? That's crazy.
I mean, it feels that way. You see,
Shit.
that's how you operate. You know, we made it to the playoffs and you got me back. That's how it works.
So like, I don't like to bother you for anything, but in my mind, you had definitely been on within the last 3 years. Like that's crazy. That's crazy that it's not at least like a like a once a year tradition, like, oh, AC's on, we're going to talk Sox, we're going to unpack from the season that was, look ahead to the season ahead. That's on me. Actually, you know what? That's on Tyler. That's on Tyler. Yeah.
Me?
That's on
what
T.
the hell did I do?
Yeah. You know what?
AC's shaking his head.
Get
Yes.
out.
Yeah,
You're
get him
gone.
out of here.
You're
Yeah.
gone.
He
T's
was
out.
like, we don't need Cora. We're good on our own. He had a whole speech about it. It was weird.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. T suspended, taking a spot on the bench here. But AC, talk to me. Talk to me about where we're at.
You know what happened? You got Alex last year, the other Alex, and you got excited, and he just became the guy.
So he came on, I don't know, like a week after he signed, and then I didn't fucking see him again until we clinched the playoff spot. That was probably no, I saw him in spring training. And then again at the clinch party on the field. But I mean, let's start there, because I know people are probably for me, I just saw the MLB trade rumors thing where it was like, oh, they do like all the predictions and stuff. None of those guys have our guy coming back to the Sox. What's up with that? I don't like that. I don't like seeing that. Admittedly, I've left him alone. I haven't reached out yet. All last winter, I was up his ass. I was calling, I was FaceTiming, I was texting, like every day, checking in. Haven't felt the need to yet. Where are you at on this?
I text him every day. We go back and forth. Obviously cannot go into details about, free agency and all that, but is a guy that we really like, we respect. What he did last year is what everybody thought he was going to do. And that was very simple. That's why I kind of like sat back and relaxed, because there were so many people like, oh, this and that. I'm like, yeah, he's real, man. Like, the leadership part of it is real. The player is real. The defense is amazing. And he's a good dude. And I truly believe he actually embraced the whole Boston thing, the Sam Adams commercial. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
That guy, he gets it. And he's a guy, obviously, that he's a game changer. And he had the right to opt out. But at the same time, we know that he enjoyed playing in Boston and at Fenway.
So, all right. So walk with me here, AC. All right. So he opts out of 2 years, $40 million a year. The AAV is 40, right? Him opting out because he wants more years doesn't that kind of like help us in a way? Like, if he comes back for a longer term deal, the AAV is lower. So if Raffy's contract is not a thing, Bregman is still on the team but at a lower AAV. What's all this talk about? Oh, they can only get Bregman or someone else. Like, what? That's bullshit. We can get Bregman and the big bat and then go trade for a number 2. What are we talking about?
Well, we can go Mo Salah too at the same time if we want to and play over here. I mean, the good thing about it, you heard Breslow last year, Craig, right, before the offseason, and he was very aggressive. That's the first time he said, this is what we got to do. We have to execute. And he did. I heard him two weeks ago in Vegas or whenever it was. I was like, let's go. Yeah, that's my guy right there. He was very honest about the whole situation, what we need and where we're going. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Yeah, we play in October, but 3 games in October, that's not good enough. We're the Boston Red Sox. It was a step in the right direction. I get it. But we only played 3 games, man. And it felt like the playoffs lasted like a month and a half. And that's what we want to do. We want the show to be in the middle of the playoffs instead of you guys hosting parties and watching other games, right? And I think that's where we're going. And we understand who we need, what we need to do. And I think Brez did an amazing job last year, adding Chappie, Willie, Alex, and Crochet, of course, with the trade. So let him be. He's gonna be okay, man. The guy's a smart guy.
I'm like very much have come around on Breslow. I the fact that, like you just said, he went out and got 3 All-Stars basically. And I think when we talk about expectations, and you mentioned the wild card series, for me, if Roman was healthy, I'm talking pennant. And I don't think that you just love the Red Sox, you're going to say that no matter what the team looks like. Legitimately, without the Roman injury, I'm talking, like there's a path to the World Series here, and I like the Red Sox chances. When Roman goes down and then Giolito gets hurt right before the playoffs, that's when I shifted my expectations to this series against the Yankees is kind of our World Series. Like, I know that in September played the Jays really tough and played them against them really well. So like maybe something happens different in that time period. But for me, with the Roman injury and the Giolito injury, I was like, all right, just eliminate the Yankees. And I still think that we should have done that. So I am like upset at how things ended, but I also know that at full health, the bar, the expectations for the 2025 Boston Red Sox would have been much higher. So for you as the manager of that team, bringing back guys like Bregman would be great. Seeing what Roman and the kid's going to be 22 years old next year. Seeing what that looks like as he progresses, that's very exciting. But beyond what the Red Sox need for 2026, like what is it? Like I know we can sit here and say it's a number 2. It's like, because I won't name names. I did have this conversation with you. I didn't even tell you who it was then, but there was talking to writers like, well, why do the Red Sox need a middle of the order bat if they bring back Bregman? Isn't that supposed to be Roman Anthony? And I saw you talking about like where Roman fits into the lineup moving forward. I like him leading off. I think he's perfect there, but I think, where do you see him fitting in moving forward? Do you see him as the middle of the order bat that the Red Sox need, or is he better suited to be a 1-2 guy and then you can slot in a 3-4 guy?
Yeah, going back to the injury, we were playing really well. Actually, that game was amazing. We came back against Cleveland, but I think offensively, we were like finding our stride. He gets hurt. Willie was hurt. And I think that was kind of like when we started grinding offensively. Willie hitting 7th, hitting 30 home runs because he was going to hit 30. It was such a different lineup. And, we grinded through it. I think the boys did an amazing job. Romy Gonzalez was great for us. The captain did a good job for us, Carlos. I think overall, guys came in and they did their job. We pitched better than expected. The bullpen was amazing. And I still believe game 2, man, we were 1 pitch away from, going into the 9th, having Chappie in the 9th inning, and that happened, right? So we were very aggressive in that game. It didn't happen. And then we had a bad inning in game 3 and, they advanced. But overall, a good season. Disappointed at the end. But when I got home, I was like, you know what? We maximize our roster. These guys learn a lot of what Boston is, what the playoffs are, and we're going to be in a better spot next year. I think offensively, we're going to have to challenge Willie and Jaron, to solve the lefty problem. In our division, we're going to face some lefties. I think going into that series, we knew that was going to be the case. So, is Willie an everyday player? Is Jaron going to bounce back and hit lefties? Against righties, we're in a good place, but against lefties, we have to be better. And people talk about balance and right-handed bats. I think at the end we can do that, but we had to find out if our guys can hit lefties. I think that's very important for us.
Just hearing you talk about it a little bit earlier here, and then with Foul Territory, seeing you talk to them about the same subject, it seems like you and Breslow are in like a really good place. It seems like you guys are synchronized on what you see for this organization moving forward in the short term and the long term. How much of a relief is it for you to have someone that's in that position where you're like, we may not agree on everything, but the things that are important, we agree. How important is that for you in your role as the manager of this team?
I just believe as an organization, we turn the page and As you guys know, and I've been very vocal about it, I'm not going to be Tony La Russa. I don't want to be Tito Francona. I'm going to manage until, I feel, until these people down here tell me that's it. The boys are 8. They're enjoying the whole thing, but it's getting harder and harder. And to have a chance to win, that's all I want, and you let them work. They ask questions. I have answers. I let them work. I let them do their job. And at the end of the day, I think throughout the years, I have learned to stay in my lane. Of course, them understanding that I have a voice on the table, and it's fun to have that. It's important to have that because we don't see. Not everybody sees the game the same way. That's the reality of it. You guys do this show, and probably we can talk about, I don't know, Sedan Rafaela, what's the upside? And you guys have 3 different opinions. It doesn't mean that everybody's wrong or everybody's right. It's just your opinion. Then we sit together in that room. We decide what we're gonna do, and we go. And I think Brez have given me that opportunity to be part of the equation, just like Dave did and Haim. In the situation with Haim, we did 21, but then after that, everything changed as an organization. But now we're in a spot that is go time. We talked about it last year. We had a taste this year, but now, we're gonna play for what we want, man. It's that ring. There's nothing else.
How stupid are the people that think that trip to the wild card series was pointless and worthless? My whole thing was, once Roman got hurt, it was like I don't love the chances of winning a World Series anymore, but I want to get there because that experience of just getting there for this young team, like these players, I want them to experience October, and to an extent, I want them to experience failure. I want them to get there. And like the fucking where is it? It's my favorite clip. The best experience that I ever had. I want them to have the best experience that they ever had, so that when they get eliminated, they're like, well, fuck, like that was awesome. And now this hurts. Like I want that to be in their heads in the off season when they're training, and when you show up to spring training and you are building that chemistry and that identity, every team has a new identity. I want that to be in the back of their minds that losing in October sucks. So for anyone that thought that it was worthless just to get there and play 3 games, what is your response to that?
Yeah, okay, so there's 30 teams in the big leagues, 30. There's only one champ, the joke. I joke with the people. I mean, here is the Yankees in Puerto Rico. I mean, is the Yankees, the Mets, and the Red Sox, right? So when when you got eliminated by the Yankees, I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be a fun winter back home, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. They got eliminated. The Dodgers win. So now I just tell people, hey, man, I get it, but there's only one happy team right now in the big leagues. It's the Dodgers. So let's avoid the whole conversation, right? But going back to it's worthless. No, it's not, man. It's part of the process. It's part of the grind, right? And we played so well for so long that we earned a spot to make it to the playoffs, man. And I saw the numbers today. And we're going to make some money out of this. The guys are going to make some money out of this, the postseason shares, so they earn it. It is part of it. And disappointed? Yeah. Do I feel it was great? No, it wasn't great. We played 3 games, but I'm not taking anything away from what we accomplished. It was a young team that, think about the lineup that we had in Texas the first day. It was... The middle of the lineup was Raffy Devers, Alex Bregman, Tristan Casas. Casas gets hurt. Alex got hurt. Raffy got traded. And we prevailed. We kept going. We didn't stop, And
Campbell.
they earned the right to play in October.
Campbell.
Did it work? It didn't work, bro. It didn't work. But, bro, I was so proud of those guys. And like I told them that night in New York, from my end, as a manager, as a person, that group actually gave me kind of like energy again. Like here we go again. Like we are. I don't want to say this close, but we're closer than what people think. And we're gonna attack the offseason the right way. And when we get to Cincinnati in March, whenever it is, we're gonna be ready, man. And I think that experience is gonna make us a lot better.
Just in general, over the course of the season, how much of the outside noise do you pick up on? Because if I were to answer that question, I would say all of it. I feel like you don't miss anything. Like over the course of the time that we've known you, I'm like, things don't slip through the cracks with AC. Like ACC is what people are talking about out there. And you kind of alluded to it there, what the lineup was before. I think your quote was like, no one thought we'd make the playoffs, something like that. You can correct it for me if you want to. But I know you drop Easter eggs throughout your pressers all the time, and I love that. How would you sum up the outside noise, like on the roller coaster of a season that was 2025? In the history of this show, we can't remember a season that went like that season just went. From the manager position, how much of that do you hear, and then how much do you kind of, filter that into your players?
The one thing about this job, and is the reality of it, from when we go to Orlando in 2 weeks, right? Orlando, the winter meetings, whenever it is.
Yep.
From that day, it's a new soap opera. It is, and I still remember last year when they asked me about Alex Bregman, and I said he can win a Gold Glove at third base and he can win a Gold Glove at second base. Oof. They took that and they ran with it, man. It was crazy. And they brought it up in spring training, and they brought it up, a lot of times that you said the second base part of it. Bro, I just say that if you play second base, you can win a Gold Glove. Am I lying? I wasn't lying. It's the reality of it, right? Then you go to Fort Myers, and when you sit in that bench the first day, it's over. It's like, you better be on point. And to be on point, you have to know what's going on. You have to actually listen to it. Some people do a good job with it. Some people take it negatively. I just stay like this, man. And I think this year I kind of snapped a few times, especially towards the end. It was kind of like, yeah, told you so. We were freaking good. We're gonna make it. But there was a question
Cotiyo,
about the third
honestly.
catcher
He probably has
at one
something
point,
stupid.
bro. Yeah, the Mexican.
The Mexican.
The Mexican. No, it wasn't. Yeah, actually, he did. Actually, he was. It wasn't him, but then he followed up the question, and I was like, at that point, I don't know how you guys felt about the last 2 weeks, 21 days, but it didn't feel comfortable, right? Like, Cleveland is hot and Detroit is struggling, but they're good. And all of a sudden, the wild card, it might be out of the equation. So I had to stay locked in. And I was like, don't ask me about the third catcher, like, it's not a given we're going to play in October. And then I'm watching MLB Network, and Joe Madden is saying, oh, that's wrong. Like, you got to stay positive, and you will play in October. I'm like, Joe, I get it, but you don't understand this, and where I'm coming from. So, but I listen. I listen, and the one thing I use a lot, just to have a pulse of sports in our city, in our territory, quote unquote, right? I listen about the Celtics and the Patriots. I try to listen about them. I try to read about them. And man, it's interesting because it's the same roller coaster. I still remember after game 1 of the Patriots, the season is over. It's over. May, like the playbook, it has to be smaller, and he cannot do this, he cannot do that, whatever. And now we're throwing a parade already. They're making it to the playoffs, and they might win the Super Bowl. So it's interesting. And then obviously with the Celtics this year is a lot different than the last few, but I learned a lot in the offseason just paying attention to what's going on.
What do you think of Joe Mazzulla, your basketball parallel in the city? What I know you've talked to him a little bit. Like, what do you just think about him, the character, and then like his philosophies about sports, life, and robbing where you work?
Yeah, I like Joe a lot. We have good conversations whenever he stops by. He's very intrigued with everything that we do. He has a lot of questions. Just like Belichick, I used to say, I wish I can do it like Belichick, like just sit there and just bully people, with the questions. And Joe the media game, that was gonna say, it was amazing. You guys are not playing each other
in spring training, AC.
And then, bro, they kicked their butt, like it was like full pressure, like what is this? Imagine us playing and freaking hitting people. Like, Mexican, I don't like you. Cotiyo, I don't like you. Boom. Actually, I'm not gonna hit you in the head. I'll throw it at your feet because they hurt, yeah. Because he had surgery, right? He had surgery last year, 2 years ago. But
the scouting report.
By the way, the Mexican, he's gotten so much better. Think about when he broke in as a kid, right? And now, he has podcasts and all his sources. I get this text from him, hey. AC off the record, what you got? I say E for effort, but good job, Let me try it. But he's a cool dude. It
is so
cool
funny.
Dude. I like him.
In like your post games, depending on how the game went or what your mood is, it's always very funny to see your body language towards him, because sometimes you'll be like, all right, like I'll engage with this question, and then other times it'll just be like a one-word answer, like go fuck yourself, dude. Anyone
I
else
always know when it's a Cotiyo question. You're like, nope, not going there. Next. The idea of AC plunking everyone in the media game is incredible.
Hey, there's certain times, and I think our guys do an amazing job informing, our fan base. When there's somebody that is not there all the time, out of nowhere, they show up, and we talk about the game, and you get into it, and then, I only have 5 minutes between the last out and going up there. Just grab a drink, go up there, boom, take your shot, and then go. And all of a sudden, we're talking about the game. Base running, the defense, of course. Whenever we lose, it's all about defense. I'm used to that one. And then at the end, is so and so throwing a bullpen tomorrow? I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Out of nowhere, they come up with this with these questions that don't have to do with the game. Like, I'm like, come on. And Cotiyo sometimes does it. He does it. He likes it.
How do you keep your patience after? I mean, like I do a horrible job with it, because we do a show after every series finale, and it's no games off. Like I watch every pitch of every game every year. It's going on over 20 years that I've been doing this, and I get invested in every single game. I don't have the ability, like, let's say, for example, that Tiger series, and what was that, May in Detroit? But it's like we get walked off every fucking game. Like, you give Scooble his worst outing of the season, and you still lose. And it's like, I can't. And then the fact that by the time we see it on TV, like you on TV, that's pre-taped. So like we see you on TV, it's like pretty quick. That means that you had to answer those questions even sooner after a loss like that. How do you not sit up there being like, you know what, dude, not today? Like you don't have the ability to be like, you know what, I'm not fucking doing it today. Can't do it. How?
I keep telling Abby that we should let the other coaches be part of the press conference. Like Ramon Vasquez and Bales. Like another perspective, because I'm gonna answer what I feel I'm gonna answer, and then be polite. Like, hey, we have to show up tomorrow and try to win a game. And that's it.
Got to be better.
But I think we should give people access to Peter Fatsi. When the offense struggled that day, ask him what happened. And probably he has a better answer than me, because I'm going to say, well, we hit too many ground balls, or we chased too many pitches. There was a game. Who was it? Nate Lowe against, was it Tampa? In Tampa, that he hit into two double plays. No, it was actually against the Yankees towards the end, not the playoffs, and he struggled. What am I going to say, man? Oh, he's not good? No, man. He struggled today. He has to show up tomorrow. He's going to play, But I think we should give access to the other guys. I don't know about the post-game part of it, because I get it. But pre-game, like in football, they do it, right? Like they have the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator during the week, and they talk. And I think it'll be better for everybody else, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I like that idea. It's a set of fresh eyes. It's a different perspective. And not with this set of guys. I'm just saying, generally speaking, those are the guys that fans want fired. They're like, fire. Oh, they're not hitting. Fire the hitting coach. Oh, they're not pitching well. Fire the pitching coach. Like, that's been a thing for decades. So if you're able to hear from these people more often, then maybe that'll pump the brakes on the fire this guy, fire that guy brigade. I'm sure, Tyler, you're dying to ask a question.
Yeah. You brought it up earlier, talking about Alex Bregman, that second base Gold Glove comment. When you look at this past season, what do you look at as maybe the biggest regret and the biggest lesson you have? Because when we heard a lot of that Bregman second base talk, we know how it kind of evolved over the process of spring training and everything with Devers and how that all played out. Was that your initial vision, and kind of what were those takeaways from the season as a whole?
No, I mean, obviously there was no guarantees that Alex was going to be with us. In the offseason, you cannot talk about free agents, like we want this guy or we want that guy. I just answered the question. It was Jen who asked it. And, I had the kid in 17, and I know what he can do at short. I know what he could do at third and at second base. So, I just answered the question. I think what I learned this year, especially from that situation, I think people talk about communication, man, and I think we handle it well, to be honest with you. Probably the off season, like early in the off season, probably we could talk to Raffy and let him know that, hey, there's a lot of guys out there, and you never know what can happen. And that's the reality of it. You never know what can happen.
Sure.
Probably as an organization, we should have done that. But there's no regrets, to be honest with you. I think we did a good job trying to make everything work. And I think at the end, we needed to make that move, for the benefit of everybody, and this is not only the Red Sox, but also the player. And Raffy's a great guy. He's going to have a great career in San Francisco. And, us as an organization, we move on. And we move on really quick because we had to. It's not that we don't like the guy. It's just that we had to, because if not, no chance we were going to survive the season. So there's a lot of learning experiences throughout. But from that one, I think probably be more proactive early in the offseason.
When
Tyler,
you kind
look like you
of,
have a follow-up. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
do. When you look at the leadership scene, right, and it felt like when Devers was kind of moved outside and dealt, Bregman was able to rise a bit more as a leader. We saw Roman and Marcelo and all these guys kind of gravitate towards him. You have Rob Refsnyder, who's also a free agent right now, and we've heard on the position player side especially, it's kind of Bregman, Refsnyder, Story really stepping into that as well. Is it hard to kind of look forward to next season, maybe thinking two of those guys potentially may not be here and what that leadership circle will look like? Or is it, hey, we have Trevor Story, the way he stepped up this year and what he meant, he'll be able to kind of carry that load if he needs to, along with the younger guys?
You always wonder what's going to happen next, to be honest with you. And I've been through this dance before. We went from JD Martinez to Justin Turner to Alex Bregman, right? And somebody's going to step up. And I think Trevor, the last 2 years, he have done an amazing job doing that. He was more vocal this year. Why he was more vocal? Yeah, Alex was there, but at the same time, he played, so that's very important, and it's hard to lead when you're not playing. And Trevor did that. And we'll see what the offseason brings to the equation. But we got a dude in the rotation that he can lead us, and we got Trevor Story who played 160 games, with the position players.
I got to ask about the defense, and I'm sure you hate talking about it, honestly, and we kind of hate talking about it too, but it is eye-opening that the Sox have led the AL in errors 3 years in a row. It's also a little weird now where you got 2 Gold Glove winners, and it's like, but still, overall, it's a pain in the ass defensively. I know it drives you insane. When the ball was hit to you, I'm like, oh, AC's got this, so you don't have to really worry about this. How do you view how the team's going to improve? And overall, just what do you think preparation-wise will put the guys maybe in a better position in 2025 to not lead the AL in errors?
Yeah, I mean, we should set that goal, and stop it, right? Let's not lead the league in errors. But where we at now, I have learned throughout the years, if you look at us this year, we were erratic, but we made plays too. The outfield play was amazing. Carlos was great. Just happened that, Alex struggled a little bit early on. He made 4 or 5. Trevor towards the end, he was in a throwing slump, to be honest with you. He ended up with 19. But then we had Carlos and Wonger. They had 8 or 9 catchers interference. So you had all that stuff, and it looks horrible, but we weren't that bad. I think we had a bad game, or bad 2 games in New York. The ball that Jaron missed in left field, and then the pop-up by Bellinger that it was a double. It put us in a bad spot, but I think we're better than that. Find a second baseman will be good. We'll see what the future holds at third base, right? But having somebody at second that can, play good defense is going to help. First base, Casas was okay early on. Toro did an amazing job, but it was a revolving door there too. So the more they play together, the better they're going to be. That's the reality of it. We play the matchups and we like versatility, but when you have those guys up the middle playing every single day, it's a lot better.
You mentioned second base. The opening day starter at second base was Christian Campbell, and he got the contract, and there's an injury, but then I feel like it was never really acknowledged by him or by anyone that the rib or whatever it was on the side there had an impact on kind of the metrics the rest of the way. Like everyone was talking about like the hard hit rate, the exit velocity, everything was down, but like the numbers kind of rebounded a little bit, but the under the hood stuff was telling you like he's not hitting the ball as hard as he used to. And from a defensive perspective, when he was burning up the minor leagues last year, I never even considered to think about a defensive position. I was like, this guy is just the fucking truth. Like he's unbelievable. He's a freak athlete. And when you would look at the lineup card in AAA, you'd be like, one night he's in center field, one night he's at second base. Like he was playing all over the place. So I never had a concern about where he would fit defensively. My mindset was wherever there's an opening defensively, he can play there. And it didn't work out at second base. Where do you think it will work out for him ultimately from like a defensive positioning perspective? Like where does he fit?
Yeah, I think where we at right now, we want to simplify the whole defensive part of it so we can get him going here. I think people don't care, and that's a bad word, like they don't care where he plays as long as this one plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's an offensive player, and we have to figure out. We got to get him back on track. This is, you know what? I'll give you a little something on KC. There's a good chance he'll be here in 2 weeks playing for Ramon Vasquez and the Criollos of Caldas, in winter ball. Yeah, just get him here in the backyard. Hang out with Ramon, be around the manager a little bit. Yeah, and just put him in an environment that he's not used to it. Right, another country. Just play and be an athlete. He's going to be in Fort Myers for a few weeks, just working with the guys, and then there's a good chance he'll be here and he'll play like 2 or 3 weeks and get him going. He's a freak athlete. He's a good kid who cares. It's happened so fast with him, right? Like this guy, the first month of the season, shoot, he was in fourth, right? And he was in fourth when Casas went down and hitting the ball hard, and then just didn't happen, right? And he hasn't played that much, professionally. I think that's part of the learning experience coming down here and get more at bats. And he's on us to try to help him because this guy, when he's on, man, he's fun to watch. It just happened that it didn't work out at one point in the season.
I got a 2-part question for you. You mentioned Ramon. How excited? I mean, obviously you want what's best for him, but how excited are you that he's not leaving the organization and he'll remain in the dugout with you? And as far as all the other Red Sox front office members that are getting sucked up by the Nats and whoever else, how, I guess, concerning is it for you that the organization is bleeding executives, but you're still going to have Ramon?
Yeah, we went through the process. We talked a lot. It didn't happen, but happy to have him. I think it's just a matter of time for him to get a big league job. It took, I think I had 3, 4, probably like 4 interviews before the Red Sox decided to give me a shot. So you just got to be patient. But he's in a much better place as a bench coach now, very comfortable. The feedback from the players, they have helped him a lot throughout the years, and he's doing more, which is awesome for me. That's the cool thing about that. Just let him be, keep doing your thing, and we work together really well. This relationship started in 1996, and it keeps going strong. And we want to win another World Series together, and hopefully we can do it next year.
All the front office people that are going to other orgs, should I be concerned about that?
It's part of it. When you start winning and you start producing good players, people are going to start looking at what you guys are doing, and they're going to go. But I think we're in a good place. We're going to keep bringing people that want to work for us. They want to stay with us, which is the most important thing. And I think as an organization, we understand where we at, what we need to do, and we're going to continue.
I like that. Coley?
Yeah, you talked about Roman and his versatility hitting. Obviously, right now, outside of free agents, the trade market's heating up, and the biggest rumor right now is about our excess of outfielders. Are you tied to him specifically at any position, or do you think he could play any of the 3 should the right deal come about where you're trading someone you didn't necessarily expect at the beginning of the offseason?
As far as like defense, you mean defensively?
Defensively, yeah, defensively.
You know what? When he got called up, we were a little bit hesitant, about the whole left field thing, because obviously it's different. Fenway Park is different, and JD has become a monster playing left field. He did an amazing job preventing the batter runner to get to second base. he play right field, and all of a sudden you start looking at the metrics and the numbers, and oh shoot, +3, +4, and going in, all those plays coming in, which is probably the hardest play for an outfielder. He was making all those plays, 30% catch probability, he makes it. 40% catch probability, he makes it. So I think he can adjust. He's such a good athlete, and he's such a hard worker that it really doesn't matter where he plays. He's going to succeed. And it's funny because I joke about it. His first big league play, you remember what happened, right?
Oh yeah,
the ball went right through his wickets. Freaking ends up in yeah. And then the next day, Huddy is working with him in the outfield, and on national TV they're crushing Huddy. Oh, look at Huddy. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's all eyewash. Bro, that was part of his freaking routine. It just happened that day he wasn't able to do his routine because there was a lot of things going on, right? So the next day he starts working, he starts getting used to it, and he never misses a beat, But the guy's a stud. I know everybody likes the offensive part of it and the upside. I love it too. But as a base runner, he was a plus base runner. Defensively, he was amazing. Yep. This guy is the real deal.
I just want to stick on Roman real quick. What do you think the ceiling is with him? Because we asked Breggy that, and he said Yordan Alvarez, which I was like, oh, damn, that's quite a comp there. Is there a player you would comp him to? And as the manager, how much are you looking at that roster next year thinking, this guy is not just going to be a big part of it, he could be like the guy on this roster?
Yeah, I go back to the games, and I start breaking down the season, go to True Media, and you can filter everything. So the season from this day to this day to that day to this day, and bro, when he was playing, we were one of the best offenses in the big leagues. We were. That's the reality of it. You go to the game in Minnesota against Duran. What an at bat, 10 pitch at bat, I think it was, base hit, right? Suarez in San Diego, automatic double to left center in the ninth inning. Against lefties, against righties, the homer in Yankee Stadium. The guy's legit. I hate to compare, our players with others. I think it's the way he controls the strike zone, very similar to Juan Soto when he came up. I think it's Soto without the flair, without the shuffle. This kid, he's not going to do all that stuff. But
he can learn that.
I think as far as well, you saw it. But I think it's very similar to Juan. It's very similar to Juan. The way they control the strike zone, they don't swing. I was looking at swing rate 2 days ago, comparing us with other organizations, and he swings at a 35% rate. He doesn't swing. He swings at the right ones. He doesn't chase. He reminds me of Soto when he was a young kid.
I got somewhat of a difficult question to ask. Our guy Alex Bregman, he's a free agent right now. Jarren Duran's name has been mentioned in trade talks, and Rob Refsnyder is also a free agent. I feel like those three guys, outside of maybe Trevor Story being the only other guy, those three heavily shaped the culture and the identity of the 2025 Boston Red Sox. Let's say worst case scenario, those three guys are not on the 2026 Boston Red Sox. Where will the identity be shaped? Like, who's leading that charge? Is it from someone that's already in the room? Like, do you look at Roman Anthony and say, this is your team now? Or do you think that the culture is shaped by maybe someone that's coming in from the outside that wasn't previously on the roster?
Well, I think, changes are part of the game. We understand that, right? We've been through a lot of changes since 2018, right?
Since 2021, when we were on the field for the celebration, we looked at each other and we were like, who's still here from 21? The last time we did this, it was like Whitlock.
It's Whitlock and Hauk. Yeah.
Whitlock and
Hauk.
Tanner. Whitlock and Tanner. Yeah. Ramon is Whitlock, Tanner, Ramon, and I, right? And the trainers. Wow, that's a lot. But it's one of those that we have to wait and see. And when we get to Fort Myers, we're gonna know the group. We're gonna have our guys, and the season starts right there. Well, it actually starts in FanFest. January 10th at MGM and House of Blues, and where else we go? Where are we going? Fenway,
I
right?
miss Foxwoods, man. Yeah.
I missed the Foxwoods ones. Those were the best ones. Yeah.
That was legit. Yeah. But I think this one is good. In and out, get out, just stay around Fenway. But going back to the question, so you don't feel like I'm avoiding the question. We just got to wait and see, man. Wait and see. Get to Fort Myers.
Hashtag wait and see.
There's the group, and we go. One thing for sure, we know who's starting game 1 in Cincinnati. We know that, and he's going to set the tempo.
Kind of early.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
What you knew?
Don't do that, actually. Last time you did that, he was promptly traded to the Braves.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. It's a good point.
By the way, he's in Boston. He spent a lot of time in Boston, right?
Our game 2 guy. Here we go.
Yeah,
So,
Christopher Allen? Oh, yeah. What was he doing? Over here?
he likes it a lot. He likes the Patriots and the Celtics. He likes it.
Same.
Yeah.
What that you said, we'll know the group by the time we get to Fort Myers. I'm nervous about just how baseball's going to move this offseason. We've seen it in the past. Guys like Bryce Harper don't end up signing. Blake Snell, when he signed with the Giants, that wasn't until right before the season. Do you have a feeling from the conversations you're having that it's not going to be dragged out into February, March? It is going to be after these winter meetings, we're going to see some movement?
I think, Seattle right away, they got their guy.
Sure.
Atlanta got their closer already. So that's a good sign, right? For the sport to move. I'm a big believer, I'm not a GM. I don't want to do Bress's job, but let's say I do that job once. Hey, I know it doesn't work this way, but I want this guy, get it over with so I can go on vacation in December 15th. Let's get it over with,
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way. And hopefully this year, with the way it started, it moves fast. I think you guys deserve it. The industry deserves it. I mean, we just finished one of the best World Series in the history, man. That was amazing. Yeah. And you got to build momentum, right? That's very important. Right. It's very important. And hopefully organizations realize that, agents realize that, and players, and get the deal done, and move on. Hopefully.
I got a question about Garrett Crochet because it's his first full season. I mean, he's built literally like a horse. I understand that, but he was a reliever. He was a little bit thinner in his college days. He's put on some mass, like all good mass. But his first full season in the big leagues is at your disposal. What was how many people collaborated on the plan for what his season was going to look like? How much of it was left up to you in terms of, I mean, there were a couple outings there that he was well over 100 pitches and we're letting it ride. Like, that's our horse, but you're also thinking about October. Like, I want to save some bullets for October. What does that balance look like? How many people were involved in the schedule and how much of it was left up to you?
Is collaboration. And this is something that we have done since 2018. The training staff, the coaching staff, we talk about it. We get criticized early on in the season because we have, kids clubs, we take care of them. it's 85 pitches, it's 90 pitches, the back and forth, right? And it gets to the point, and I used to joke around with Chris Sale. It was Cinco de Mayo, right? Just let him go. It's around the first week of May when you feel comfortable to let these guys go. I was more aggressive with Garrett, to be honest with you, because I think the schedule actually helped us for a long period of time. It felt like we were playing 6 games a week, so we were able to pitch guys on extra days, and sometimes him with 2 extra days, and it worked out. The Mets outing, it was one of those that we needed to do it. I know a lot of people, didn't like it, but there's certain times that you have to, deload or take care of them. And it was 85 pitches at that point. And then after that, we played with the All-Star break. He didn't pitch in the All-Star game. We pushed him back to the last game in Chicago, I think it was. And it worked out, man. His last outing was 118 pitches. So
Yeah.
the kid, he's a workhorse, and there were certain games that, here I was hesitant. Yeah, like shoot, like 105, 110. But here, and I was like, no, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Yeah. Because I mean, so once you got to September, that Cleveland start where Roman got hurt, people were like, oh, the velo's down. The pitches that he's giving up for homers, they are just middle fastballs. So it was kind of like the location was off, the velo was off. Like, is he running out of bullets? And my question for you is, when he goes out there and dominates in the postseason, is that kind of like a fuck yeah moment? Because it's his first postseason start. He's coming from a market where the playoffs, no one even says that word there, because you get laughed at for thinking about that. So, I mean, we've seen guys that are great in the regular season that struggle in the postseason. For him to go out there after some of the starts that he had at the end there and go out and dominate the Yankees in Yankee Stadium, how much of a, I guess, invigorating moment is that for you as a manager, being like, I knew you were great because I knew that you were going to finish either first or second for Cy Young, but what you're really made of, we're going to learn in October. I get it's one start, but it was an emphatic, fuck you, I am who you think I am start for Garrett Crochet.
So when the day before, and this is a true story, the front office people were in the bullpen, and I grabbed the bullpen phone in the dugout, and he saw me, and he's like, "You're only making one phone call tomorrow." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, it's straight to Chappie." I'm like, "I would love to do that. That'd be awesome." And I'm watching the game. I'm like, "Oh shit, it's gonna happen." Yes, it's real. And there was one inning. I think it was the 7th inning. Rosario, Wells, Volpe. It was a 5-pitch inning, right? And I was like, "Oh God, here we go!" He's going out. It doesn't matter. And he went out, and the velocity was great. The last pitch, I think it was 100, and we went straight to Chappie. And that night, when I was, going to the hotel, I'm like, "We win tomorrow. This might get real, with Crochet on the mound. This guy's a game changer. We win tomorrow. He'll pitch game 2 on the ALDS. We're going to be okay, and just didn't happen. But I was very excited for what was going to happen the rest of the playoffs. But I'm excited about him next year. He had a taste of real playoffs, right, in the Yankee Stadium, and go out there and go 7 2/3 and doing an amazing job. And excited about the kid, man. He's special. He is. And like you said, he's a strong kid, but the mentality is very like Chris Sale, David Price, Rick Porcello. He doesn't give a fuck,
You do not feel like you're talking to a 25-year-old kid. You do not feel like you're talking to someone in his it's crazy. Wise beyond his years.
It's those dudes in 18 bro, it's those dudes in 18 that spikes on and let me know when I have to pitch and I'll go. I go.
That's amazing.
You've always had a great feel for the roster, and you've obviously seen a lot of different iterations of the Red Sox rosters over the years. Who do you want to see take the biggest jump in 2026 coming up? You know, anybody on this roster, who do you want to see take that big leap next year?
We need to find out Willie against lefties. You know, we know he can hit righties. We need him to face lefties and see who he is, to be honest with you. I truly believe he can do it. That defense in right field, we need that every single day. And for him to go out there and face lefties, and I think I talked about it last year, but this year, you know, is very important. And we're going to push him to do that. And I truly believe he can do it. So I think that's the guy. That's the guy.
Was there any kind of thought of Trevor Story not being the starting shortstop for next season? I know Craig Breslow had some kind of, you know, he didn't call Marcelo Meyer out, but let everyone know kind of what they need to see out of him for him to take the next step and be that kind of guy in the big leagues. Was there any thought of him maybe holding down shortstop with some of the defensive metric stuff, showing that Story maybe took a step back in this first full season back? And kind of what's your hope for Meyer going into this next season?
Yeah, I think with Marcelo, you know, we have to make sure he's healthy. That's very similar to Tristan Casas, that we talk about them, what they can do, and the upside, but we have to keep them on the field. That's the most important thing. And right now, both of them are doing an outstanding job crushing the offseason. With Marcelo, there's the progression too against lefties. He didn't have too many chances at the big league level, but throughout his career in the minor leagues, he's been able to hit them. So that's something that we have to pay attention to it. Defensively, he can play second, he can play short, he can play third base, and he's a great base runner. So we just have to be patient. With Trevor, I had a conversation with him 2 days ago talking about his metrics, because if you don't look at the numbers, and yeah, he made a lot of errors at the end, but you look at him, he was great for us, right? Like, he was really good, but the numbers in certain areas were below the norm, you know, and you have to realize he played 160 compared to not much the last 2 or 3 years. So I
think 163 total the first 3 years.
Yeah.
So So I mean, the kid did an amazing job posting. Maybe take a little bit off his plate next year. Not playing him 160, just take care of him, because we know he's older, and we have to make sure he stays healthy and he stays fresh. But bro, man, it was very hard this year, because after Atlanta, that dude turned the corner and he was amazing offensively. He was hitting the ball hard. He was stealing bases. He became a guy, man. He became the guy that we envisioned when we signed him a few years ago. So he has his goal mindset on getting back to who he was defensively in Colorado, and there's no doubt that he can do that.
And when you guys always kind of talk during the offseason, you mentioned planning for spring training. That's the job of the coaching staff during the offseason. Players can go take a breather, work on whatever they want to, but you guys, Ramon, are always trying to figure stuff out. With the World Baseball Classic coming up this year, we're hearing Garrett Whitlock's going to be in it. We've heard that Marcelo Meyer wants to play for Mexico. How are you guys planning around that? Because we remember the last time there were certain hurdles. Duran going over there at that time when people felt like maybe he should have stuck around for spring training to, raise his stock or show you guys something, prove he deserved to be on the opening day roster. How are you guys kind of planning for all that?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Yoshida that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
First time here, he comes to Fort Myers, he goes to Japan, comes to Miami, wins the MVP. He walks into Fort Myers. I say, "How you feel?" And he said in English, "I'm tired." I'm like, "Oh shit, this sucks."
Not great.
Like,
not good.
That's awesome. That's a great start for us. But coming from a manager that loves the WBC, I play in 2 of them. and I was the GM of Puerto Rico in 2017. I'm not going to stop them from playing. I think this tournament this year is going to be awesome. It's going to be great. Just watching the roster of Team USA, the guys that have committed. I know here they're doing an outstanding job. The Dominicans are going to be great, but
there we are.
Do more in the off season. Be ready to play. That's the most important thing. That's don't show up to spring training to build your swing, to take a few hacks, to get ready. You have to be ready, and hopefully they stay healthy throughout. And when they come back, they're ready for Cincinnati.
I know you're a baseball rat, and it's you love it. You truly love it. Like, you're watching games outside the market and all that. How closely are you paying attention to the Red Sox minor leagues to the point where, say, I'll take you back to this previous spring training. Like, were you anticipating a Connolly early big league debut in 2025? Were you anticipating seeing a Peyton Tolley big league debut? How rewarding is it when you get to actually see those moments come to fruition? And are there any names that you're kind of looking at for 2026 where it's like, not even just pitchers, but anybody, like, I'm excited for when we get to see this guy?
I got to be very honest with you. I pay attention when they're getting close, very close. It's just hard. It's very hard to we got the 40-man roster plus the non-roster invitees, and the good ones, they hide the good ones in spring training. They don't let them come up and pitch for us. I heard about early last year because he faced Raffy in Field 1 on an inter squad game against it was Tanner Houck against the minor leaguers, and early against Raffy. And Raffy was like, "This kid good. Este tipo bueno. He's good." And I was like, "Who are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, the El Rubio, the blonde kid." Like, okay, cool. And so Raffy,
whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool.
That fucking lefty, whatever.
Yeah, the lefty. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh shit, But I start paying attention when they're getting close. Bress and Bales. They start talking about them. So I look at their outings and see it, but I don't get caught up in the whole hype. Because it's hard, we have to coach our guys. We have to make sure they're on point, and it's very hard to stay locked in with our big league roster and the minor leaguers.
I mean, what could you compare? Because we were there for the Peyton Tolley debut, and obviously it was elevated because he was going against Skeens. But I know that you're a big Fenway Park vibes guy. Like, you love when the crowd's rocking. You love when it's different, when they're engaged. And that night in particular, outside of, I want to say, the night that we clinched the Peyton Tolley debut, it was just different. And I get it. Like, the Skeens element mattered, but people were excited for Tolley. He goes out there and does his thing. He's throwing 100 miles an hour. He's animated. He looks like Tom Selleck. The whole night was awesome. What can you, as a what night could you possibly compare that to? Use all of your experience, player, manager, coach, anything. Like, what other night can you compare that to from like a vibes perspective?
Wow. You know what? This year, because you look at the debuts or of rookies around the league, and they get the standing ovation, and they strike out and they get the standing ovation. You don't get that at Fenway until this year. I mean, this year, Marcelo came up in the middle of a doubleheader. He goes out there and he's running sprints and he's getting a standing ovation. I'm like, what are we doing now? Hey, I like it. Roman, his debut was amazing. Even KC, after the road trip, when he came in, standing ovation. That was different. The Tolley one, it felt like a playoff game, to be honest with you. It was like the like 100. Ooh, and then the two strike clap, which I love. I loved it. I love it. I love it.
Oof.
You know, like we do it in the bench. We do it because the one thing I hate about Fenway, and it happens a lot lately, is the seventh inning shutout. You know, it's 6 2/3, 100 pitches by Giolito. There's 2 strikes, and you know what we're doing?
The wave.
The wave.
Yeah, fuck the wave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
hate the wave.
I know.
Hate the wave. Hate beach
And
balls.
How about
Sweet Caroline.
you know, get up on your feet. Let's go. And we need that. We need it. You know, October is different. October is different, Fenway. But this year, I got to give it to them. I got to give it to you guys because the vibe was different. Fridays, man. Fridays were fun. You know, the green thing and the walk-offs. It's an exciting team, man. It's good athletes running around, and you know, I think next year is going to be special.
Yeah,
Can I ask a stupid question real quick, Jerry? Just because you mentioned the Friday thing, and it reminded me. The red jerseys on the road on Fridays, I hate it so much, AC. We've talked about the uniforms before. We've had you on this program, and you used to say the pitcher...
Time out.
What's up?
Did we... That was the last time I was here, right?
Yes,
you
exactly.
announced the jerseys.
Exactly.
This is how we're going to do it. You know, like, enough of the yellow, good luck charm, whatever. He's going to be yellow and whites. And then on the road, on Fridays, we use the blue one, and then we use gray. That's it. It was here, right? It was with you guys, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Good. So it was 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah, it had to have been.
Just wanted to mention that real quick. No, but I'm on top of that. Like, I know we've discussed before the uniform thing. I think back to Eddie, honestly, and Eddie loving the Reds or something like that. What's up? The Reds on the road just feels so stupid. That's part one of the question. Part two, do you miss the Navies? Because I love the Navy jerseys. Those were one of my favorites. And then obviously the thoughts on the new City Connect. And I'll throw a fourth question in there. Back-to-back City Connects is a little crazy, right? Like, when you're at home on the weekend, it's like I forget that we wear white jerseys. I forget that the Sox are a white jersey team. So what are your thoughts on all that useless stuff?
So, actually, for the playoffs, Tommy asked me, hey, what are we going to do if we have to play 3 games on a weekend in the playoffs? Like, green, yellow, and white. That's what we're doing. So, bro, we had to order green stuff, yellow stuff, and white stuff, you know, the whole like playoff hoodies and all that.
Yeah.
Probably we gave it away, you know, that's how it works. But, yeah, I agree with you. He's very heavy over the weekend. It's a lot of work for the clubbies because they have to switch the whole thing in the clubhouse, the signs and, you know, the uniforms and all that. But people like it. They do. Yeah, you know what? The yellow one, we can actually make an adjustment. But what's the adjustment, right? Like if we switch it to Thursday, it's Thursday, Friday. There's nothing better than the whites on a day game. That's classic. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, 4 o'clock, eye black, go to work, whites. We might have to make an adjustment, boys. I'm gonna have to make a phone call after the podcast.
Get Tommy Mac.
Okay.
Make the adjustment. Yeah.
I'm glad that this was needed.
The Navy.
We won the whole thing in the Navy.
Different. We dominated in 18 with the Navy.
I'll tell you what it is. It's the
It sucks,
gray
you know what,
pants
it
with the navy and the red.
You know what? It sucks that we never, like, you look at the pictures, and I don't have a picture with the gray in 18 on the road. You know, like, yeah. I think we played one game with the gray. It was in Houston, but everything else was the navy blue. They liked it.
Did Jackie hit the grand slam in the gray?
I think so.
Yeah, in Houston.
I think so in Houston. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys won in New York in the Grays. Like you knocked out the Yankees in the Grays, but
we did. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Nunez on his ass. Yeah.
Noontime.
Just laying
Laughing in
out
his face.
the whole fucking the whole season. He was just on
Guy
his
played
ass.
the whole playoffs on his back. It was actually remarkable.
Yeah.
The only thing I was pissed off with you guys about in 2018 is you clinched nothing at home. We wanted to go to baseball tavern and go crazy, and you guys were just too
I
good.
still
You just
did.
kept winning on the road.
Yeah, we haven't had the home
No,
clincher.
I
Was
mean-
the last time was what, 2013?
Yeah.
13, that was crazy. That was the only one, right?
Yeah, 13 was the first time in
07.
95 years. So everyone
That's a
everyone
literal
in
number.
Colorado. Bro,
Everyone is dead.
07, Colorado. Woo, yeah. Colorado. Woo.
Yeah. Did you guys even celebrate that? It was like, that was
Greatest
easy.
Red Sox team of all time. Let's get on this plane. Let's head home. This
We
was
had,
stupid.
This was stupid.
Actually, we had Maroon 5 in the hotel. Maroon
Banger.
5. I like bro.
What is
Let's
this?
go.
Banger. Stop hating.
Like the Rockies out hanging with Maroon 5. It's like,
It's like, oh God. Like, this is
Should be
awful.
loved, man. Imagine bumping that shit. I'd be going hard as hell.
Oh, that would have been awful. Truly awful.
oh,
All
was
right,
great.
AC. You've been very generous with your time.
Oh, you
We
didn't
always
ask Connolly
appreciate
Early's
it.
question.
Oh, right. We'll
yes.
close with that. Close with that.
Yes.
Fucking
Connolly
idiots.
Early, at the end of his interview, I said, do you have a question for your manager, Alex Cora? And he said, ask him what my weight should be coming into 2026. He's at 214, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's billed at 190, but he said he was at 200 maybe. So he says he's put on 14 pounds, and he wants to know what weight you want him at.
220, 225, man. We shoot for that one. We're gold. We're gold. The kid is special. The kid is a good pitcher. When that velo goes up, then the other stuff is gonna play. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch. You know what? It's smart too. He knows because he knows what I want from him. You know, like I told him, you got to crush the off season, gain weight, get there, and then go to sprint training and try to win a job.
Beautiful. I love that. You want to break any more news before you leave or no?
I ran a marathon.
Yeah, you got engaged too.
Breaking
Congratulations.
news. Yeah, congrats. We should have
Yeah, New York City Marathon.
He's gonna get killed for that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. New York City Marathon dominated
go.
that, and then gets down on one knee, proposal. The kids are all there. Beautiful scene. I saw the pictures on Instagram. Looked amazing. Congratulations.
Pretty good. It was good. Yeah. I avoided the Fenway video board, which, you know,
That would have been unbelievable.
Yo, mid-game, that would have been nuts. I would have cried, bro. I promise.
He calls time, goes out to the mound.
You
On
lose
Section
that
10
game,
night.
you get killed. You get killed if you lose that game.
so the last 2 years, you know, I always talk about, it's, you know, we're going to do it. Whenever they show it, Ted will look at me. He's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
I would never in a million years.
Hey, man, one thing for sure, bro, and you guys see me serious and all that, but I have a blast doing my job, man. That dugout there this year with Jolito, you know, whenever we felt it was a museum, we started a two strike clap in the dugout, you know, like, let's get it going, you know. And I mean, hey, we got to have fun, man. It's Boston. It's fun. It's Fenway Park. We love it. And we're going to continue to do it. But at the end, you guys know what we want. We want to win a World Series for you guys and for everybody else. And that's the goal. That's the goal.
I can't wait. Just one more. I mean, I want one for Tyler. I mean, he doesn't know.
Dude. Come on.
Yeah, like Steve's never been on a duck boat. Tyler thinks that 07 was the best thing that ever happened.
It is.
Like
It
he
is. AC, I
has
respect
to
it.
experience a World Series in this chapter of his life. We just
As an
need one
adult.
more. That's it. And then I'll never
Let's
ask for
do it.
anything ever again.
And from my end, People can throw me all the beer cans they want. I don't care. You can hit me with them, hit whoever. I don't care. I'm going to throw it out there. I overreacted. Next time, just bring them.
Bring him. Okay.
Beautiful.
Concussed out of his mind.
Beautiful.
That's
Later, guys. Thank you.
That's the manager of the
Hey,
Boston
yeah,
Red
see.
Sox, Alex Cora. Thank you so much. We'll see you
guys.
down the road.
Incredible.
Thank you,
Later,
AC.
brother.
See you guys. Be well. Have a good night, man. Always.
Thank
You
you.
too.
See ya. Thank you.
Big thanks to Alex Cora for coming on the podcast. It is crazy that it's been that long. I guess I didn't realize that he hasn't been on Section 10 since we gotten back together. It's crazy.
I
feel
was
like we've
so
been back together for a
nervous
long
when we
time.
did that last interview. I was sweating bullets the entire time.
With Cora?
Yes.
Why?
Well, it was when I went through that whole house fire situation where the lamp
That's
had
why you were
caught and
sweating, because
the
it was
lighting was
hot.
really bad
The house
in
was
the
on
room.
fire, so I was just
No, there was a rough stretch at the end in Name Redacted where there was like no lighting in my room. I was fighting for my life. It was really bad. Like I was holding
flames
I was
everywhere.
sweating that whole time. Why? Were you nervous? No, my house was on fire.
It was 212 degrees.
No, bro.
Get out of the house, Tyler. We're interviewing Cora. What do you want me to do? Like,
He
you never
would
get to do this.
do that.
It was the
You would.
scariest thing that's ever happened. I was just sitting in my house and all of a sudden the buzzing, like the whole house started buzzing. We had an electrical
buzzing.
surge. I had this old, what do you call it? Power
Transformer?
cord where you plug
Oh.
a bunch of things in. And I had like
Electric
18
strip.
things plugged into it. Yeah, it caught on fire. It was bad.
It caught on fire. It was bad. I just want to add
If
that
I wasn't
detail.
home, the whole house is going down easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like your life is like Final Destination, but only fire is trying to kill you.
It's
I
nothing
just
else
want
is
to
trying
die.
to get you.
I just want it to finish me and somehow I survive every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope you make it till the end. You know? I hope you die an old man warm in your bed in you're 111 years old.
I don't want to
That's like
outlive all
plus
you
900
guys.
in Vegas.
That makes me sad.
You probably won't, but I hope that you do.
Thank
I
you.
hope that you do.
I
Yeah.
always feel good because like my sister will be the last one alive. So when I die, like I won't be alone. She'll be alone.
What about Martha?
Okay.
Why
Well,
does
if
it
she's
have to
older
just
than
be-
me, I expect her to die first.
But she's a woman. She probably takes way
Also,
better
your
care of
logic was that
herself
like
than
something
you.
crazy would happen, and Martha,
Yeah.
isn't in those situations as much.
Right. Yeah.
She'll be taken care of.
What does that mean?
Okay, yeah, that could be bad.
Yeah.
The family will take care of her.
No, she'll be taken care of. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Things are in motion in the background.
I'm glad, dude.
Just bring your envelopes to Martha.
Yeah. And
It's like The Sopranos.
bring your hymns to your house. Discreetly.
Widowed Martha. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hair loss isn't just about hair. It's about how you feel when you look in the mirror. Hims helps you take back that confidence with access to simple, personalized care that fits your life. Tired of trying to figure out what works for hair loss? Through Hims, you can get access to clear solutions, expert guidance, and an online process that takes the confusion out of the care. You shouldn't have to rearrange your life to deal with hair loss. Hims makes expert care accessible on your schedule so you can focus on feeling like yourself again. Hims offers convenience access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil can stop further hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatment plans that put your goals first. No hidden fees, no surprise costs, just real personalized care on your schedule. Think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self with simple 100% online access to trusted treatments for real health concerns all in one place. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/section10. That's hims.com/section1010 for your free online visit. hims.com/section10. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Shout out to Hims. Thank you guys for sponsoring today's podcast. We appreciate you very much. Okay. There were some news and notes that Tyler was dying. He asked for 40 minutes. We're not going to do 40 minutes on this.
Yeah. This is going to be all you though, T. Like I don't know if you guys got
I'm sure
much to
Coley's
add.
got some takes.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think you guys will.
No, I'm sure, but I'm just
Jared.
saying this. That day was like your Super Bowl, like 3 days ago.
Oh,
like
it
you were
was
going
electric.
nuts.
The Rule 5 protection deadline, man, talk about fucking flames.
What
Like,
a
seriously,
rush, man.
4
Oh my
trades
God.
in
I
one
was
day.
like,
How often do you get something like that?
Crazy, right?
It felt
It's
like the
nuts.
MLB
'Cause
trade deadline.
they got
Luke Heyman.
yeah, yes.
Right.
Yeah, who we now follow each other, which is great.
Ooh.
Shout out to Luke on
Friends with
Twitter
Roman
and
Anthony.
Instagram, by the way.
Ooh.
Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, grew up a Red Sox fan, from what I understand. But like the burn, like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
great.
ahead.
T.
Just this is your time to shine, T.
Yeah, so the Rule 5 protection deadline, obviously this is the time to get guys that you want to protect onto the 40-man roster. The Rule 5 draft goes on during the winter meetings. That's where guys can get, picked up if they aren't protected. It's how the Red Sox got Garrett Whitlock in 2020. You can go back to Justin Slayton a couple years ago, got selected in the Rule 5 draft and then traded to the Red Sox immediately after. Going back to last year, you had Angel Bastardo get picked up, ended up going to the Blue Jays. He's still in that organization right now as he rehabs from Tommy John. You go back another year, I think a lot of people were kind of upset at that time with how the Red Sox handled the Rule 5 draft. Ryan Fernandez had ended up getting selected at that point in time, and Shane Drohan. I've heard his pronunciation on his last name 8 different ways, whether it's been newscasts saying Drohan, Sox prospect says Drohan. I'm over guessing. I'm just going to say Shane Drohan for the rest of this podcast. But a big thing were people starting to say, especially 2 years ago, you couldn't trade any of these guys to get something in return without them leaving. Thad Ward was a similar situation where people were just wondering, like, if these guys aren't going to be protected, you should get something out of them. Don't let them just get selected. And in some cases, you lose them. In other cases, guys come back. But in this situation, the big thing for the Red Sox, they had 3 guys they wanted to protect. Shane Drohan, who AAA this year, everything kind of came together, had a whiff rate of 37% or higher on all of his pitches. I think you saw with some of the following trades with Chris Murphy and Brennan Bernardino as well, that they were very happy to go and elevate Shane Drohan to the spot, because they think his stuff is probably better than what those guys really have. And he did have some arm issues throughout this season. That's kind of been the story with him for a long time. And it felt like between him and Hayden Mullins, a lefty at AA with a really impressive whiff rate on his fastball, that it was going to be one of those two. I'm not going to lie, when I was kind of looking at everything, I had leaned Mullins a little bit. I talked to Ian Kundle over at Sox Prospects, and he thought just Drohan being that close to the majors was enough to push him over. So I do think we will probably see a decent amount of him in 2025. Not saying they won't go and sign, a lefty like Justin Wilson again to factor in, but that second lefty spot, or even just as an up and down guy, he probably would have been up this past season if he stayed healthier. The next guy who was basically the lock everyone expected, David Sandlin. The Red Sox at the end of last year were really kind of banking on him coming up as a reliever. Had a really good season down in AA despite his stuff ticking down a little bit, but was really showing the makings of a starter. Got to AAA, debuted, had one good start, ended up shifting to the bullpen, and it all blew up in their face. Ended up protecting him. He would have easily been selected because he's gotten up to 100 miles per hour with intriguing secondaries. And the last guy, Tyler Uberstein, who's another righty. Me and Coley talked a good amount back in September this past season. Is kind of just not the highest ranked prospect, someone in the 20s for Sox prospects, but a really consistent starter who's seen his stuff, especially the fastball, continue to tick up, and someone who could make a spot start for you and you wouldn't think too much about it. In all reality, like, the 40-man became a crunch because of Connolly Early and Peyton Tolley getting called up. In the Red Sox perfect world where things go right, those guys weren't going to be needed. They weren't going to get added to the 40-man this year. It would have been a next year thing or whenever the time was necessary. But adding those guys to the 40-man created this roster crunch, and that's kind of where they are. And in order to make room for them on the 40-man, you had to start DFAing guys. Nathaniel Lowe never was going to make it. Non-tender deadline is tomorrow. $13.5 million in ARB. No way. So he was just a dead man walking. Josh Winkowski was the other DFA. Congratulations, Jared.
I don't know why you're congratulating me.
That's a big day for you, please.
I had no reaction to it.
I respect it. It's your dugout now. You go back with Winkowski. He was out of options, and on top of it, Fenway Rundown had it last year, early in the year, that he wasn't mixing well with the pitching philosophy. For whatever reason, him and Bailey, and he spoke very highly of Bailey, I don't think they agreed on how to kind of rework his arsenal, and he missed most of this year with a forearm strain. So that was the end of Josh Winkowski, at least on the 40-man. We'll see if he somehow makes it through and sticks in the org. I don't know how many people are starving for him, but we will see in due time. In terms of the trades, Luis Guerrero for Tristan Gray, Luis Guerrero, as we saw, got DFA'd a few days before. I think in this case, the Rays were scared he was going to get popped in the Rule 5 draft. That's really the only reason I can say they didn't claim him earlier. So this was a way to grab him. Red Sox add Tristan Gray, 29 years old. He's going to be on the 40-man, plays all 4 infield positions, still has an option remaining for 2026. He hit 231, 282, 410, 693 in 30 games this past season. 3 homers over that stretch. Good for a 91 OPS plus, but some interesting metrics underneath the hood. 13.1 barrel percentage, 351 WOBA. And you kind of look at the 40-man now. You got Nate Eaton, Tristan Gray, David Hamilton, Nick Sogard, Vaughn Grissom. Vaughn Grissom, I expect to just disappear at some point, whether they move him in a trade. And I think they don't want to go through just DFAing him because it's going to be a headline, main return for Chris Sale, DFA'd for nothing by the Red Sox. I think they're holding on to possibly moving him in another deal. But I do look at them bringing in Tristan Gray, who is kind of a more powerful Nick Sogard, in my opinion. Does that mean maybe they move on from a David Hamilton? When you look at Braden Ward, another guy who came over in that Brennan Bernardino trade, speedy guy, was absolutely a monster in the PCL at AAA this past season. Here we go. 16th round pick in 2021. He hit 331, 440, 466, 906, and 163 plate appearances. 1 home run, slap hitter kind of guy. But he stole 35 bases and was only caught twice in 44 games at AAA. You want someone who can just steal a bag and, can go play center field, left field, second base, and third base? Braden Ward kind of fits that entire profile, and he hasn't had to be added to the 40-man yet. So if you kind of want to move off of David Hamilton or some of these other guys, he's someone who can make sense. Were you guys upset about Brennan Bernardino being shipped out? I was surprised. I felt like there were a lot of people a little down on it overall.
No. I mean, it depends. Like, I don't know. I thought that Matt's was redundant because of Bernardino, but now you have neither.
Or Justin Wilson. Or
yeah,
Chris
Justin
Murphy.
Wilson. But I could see them bringing Justin Wilson back. Despite the age, like he's older, but if he's healthy, then who cares? Like I would bring Justin Wilson back.
Probably bring Matt's back.
But Matt's probably cost more.
I like Wilson more than Matt's.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just more the age and have him here the whole time, not have to change going NL to AL. The only time he ever played in the AL was this half year.
Yeah, and Matt's was good. Matt's was fine.
He was.
Yeah.
He was shockingly good.
Cora
Another
made
guy
a
who went
point.
unprotected, Blaze Jordan.
100%. And he seemed not to be too happy about it. There were some cryptic
Why would
tweets.
he be?
Yeah, he
No offense to him, first baseman, third baseman, like unless you're a ridiculous bat, you're not going to stick on a roster and be hidden. It's not like he's some incredible defender, like
Jesus.
That's a hard profile to stick in through a Rule 5 selection. But for Bernardino, I was surprised because Giovanni Moran, I thought he would definitely be DFA'd if you're talking guys that were just sitting there, and maybe it was one of those things where they think they're somewhat similar and you could get something for Bernardino. He did have one option remaining, but you look at everything, and Craig Breslow told us multiple times, like he wasn't a fan of Bernardino. And I don't think it was anything personal, but the type of pitcher he was. Where you look at it, 8th percentile average fastball velo, 9th percentile whip percentage, and 6th percentile walk percentage. Those are all things that push very heavily back against what he looks for in pitchers. But to Bernardino's credit, they ran him into the fucking ground year after year, and he never bitched once. We had a game this year where he closed out the game and then worked as the opener the next day. And before that, the opener stats were incredible. I used to mention him on here all the time. I probably cursed him. But to the same degree, you realize why a guy like Brennan Bernardino, he gets traded to the Rockies, and you're getting like the most organizational player back. That's just what the value is for a guy like that.
I always respect dudes who post. I know when Pivetta ended up going to the Padres, I was probably, the most maybe upset is a strong word, but I was like, damn, I mean, he would show up. He would take the ball. Bernie, in terms of Red Sox appearances, the last 3 seasons, had the most by a lot. It was 167. Greg Weissert's second, 134. And then Winky, this surprised me, was third, 106. I didn't see that coming. He's a guy that when he's in there, it's like, whatever, Winkowski's in. So the fact that in the same day they lose 2 of the guys that had the most appearances kind of just shows you what that means. When you wear a guy out like that, it's like, okay, like, we'll see you later. Have a good one, which is kind of the nature of the business. But no, I respect Bernie, dude. Seems like he didn't rub anyone the wrong way. It seemed to be kind of a clubhouse favorite, and somebody that would show up every day and be ready to pitch. He had that moment, the City Connect game we were at on the Monster, where he came in. I feel like he was walking everybody. He just had a rough outing.
Yes.
And we ended up going back and checking the highlight, and he like threw the glove in the dugout and was so pissed. And I was almost like, Dad, like you're just not used to seeing that kind of anger. I'm like, damn, what's going on here? But to your point, T, it's, they used him all the time. He was constantly in there and gave him a lot of valuable innings. So gonna miss him in terms of what he meant to the club, but it's not, I don't think anyone's losing too much sleep over it.
No, and like you go back, like Joely Rodriguez getting put on the opening day roster over him going into 2024, and then you needing him within a week. And it was like, why the fuck did this guy ever make the roster over him? This year, getting sent down for a month, which they were trying to basically revive him because, like the year before, they absolutely slaughtered his inning total. And he was usually in that top 10 area going into the All-Star break again and again.
He could have made more of a fuss, by the way. He didn't really,
easily.
like, anytime he was interviewed, he was like, hey, I'm just here to help and all that. And I know that's kind of cliche, but there's other guys in that position that would have caused more of a stink about that.
And, yeah, exactly.
No, I know. Yeah, he let you know every friggin' time. Yeah.
But that's going to be something the Red Sox do need to focus on, because you look at the lefties on the 40-man right now. It's Shane Drohan, it's Kyle Harrison, Giovanni Moran, and Chapman as the closer. So you probably need to add someone in that mix, and then you can kind of go from there. Going from Shane Drohan to another lefty, Chris Murphy, probably the smallest deal of the day. Chris Murphy for Ronnie Hernandez. This opened up another 40-man spot. You did have to open up 4 in total with the 3 protections and Tristan Gray. But yeah, Ronnie Hernandez, single A catcher. It hasn't seemed like any of the reports are that exciting. He played 82 games with a slash line, 251, 344, 336, 679, 4 homers, not great exit velos, average receiver at best, inconsistent arm. But they need catching depth, and that will lead into that Alex Hoppe conversation. But another guy who will probably start at Greenville next year, and they can work off of that. But this was my favorite trade of the day. Alex Hoppe for Luke Heyman. You look at Alex Hoppe, a guy who got up to 100, kind of got mentioned a bit at the end of the year as another guy who might have made sense to add to the 40-man to give a shot. They never did. Now, do I think he's going to go to the Mariners and probably put up a ridiculous season and be like their main 7th inning arm? Probably. There's some Ryan Zefferjon to him in that, like, when you look at him from that perspective. But they just didn't seem to like the inconsistency with him. He was a 6th-round pick out of UNC Greensboro in 2022, number 38 on Sox Prospects. Luke Heyman, though, and this is where I think you can look back on like Ryan Fernandez and like Thad Ward and wondering like you couldn't make a deal before these guys got selected. In this case, they make a deal for Heyman, who was a 14th round pick last year, never played a game because he fractured his forearm while with the Gators his junior season, slash 301, 397, 578, 975 in 49 games, smoked 13 homers, kind of just this big body catcher. And he got 8th round money. This was a guy in the 14th round who did get paid, clearly slipped a bit. He was ranked 127 on Baseball America's big board. So you look at that, this guy's clearly fell in the draft, but the talent was well above that. Handles velocity well, struggles against off-speed stuff, above average arm behind the plate. People don't know if he's going to end up sticking overall. But once again, they didn't draft a single catcher in this last draft. They did sign one as an undrafted free agent, but it's not surprising to see them kind of balance out that depth in the organization. And at the same time, pitching has become such a major part of everything they're doing. They're lacking on the position player front, and this kind of feeds into it with Heyman and Hernandez. I just like the Heyman one because it feels like there's actually some upside there. And I'm happy just not to lose a guy in Rule 5 for nothing. But yeah, that's kind of the main Rule 5 stuff there. And yeah, we hit Nathaniel Lowe, Winkowski. I don't think we're missing anything else.
Good job, T.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I know that was a lot.
No,
there was no fat in there. There was no fat on any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he did 30 seconds on the enunciation of Shane Drone's name.
I've heard
there was a little bit of fat.
I've heard Tyler Uberstein isn't how it's pronounced. It's Tyler Uberstein.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like Franklin Herman and Frank German. It eats away at me. I hate the name stuff. Wilyer Abreu. You go back and listen to all the broadcasters. They used to call him Wilger Abreu. Sorry.
He called him that.
That's not wrong.
He himself.
Yeah. He depends on the day.
Not wrong.
Craig,
the best experience that I ever had.
One thing Craig's kind of nailed each year is the T special guy that pisses Jared off when he brings him up. And that has been Romy Gonzalez when we first acquired. That had been Nate Eaton when he was first acquired. I think he did it again with Tristan Gray.
I agree.
Narvaez was more than that. You just didn't care because it was the same day we got Crochet.
Crochet, yeah.
But I think that was like, I mean, me and T were like pumped about that. A lot of anti-Wong in that, but it was just like, I'm in. I'm all in on that. We have no infielder. Like when you're saying maybe they move on from Hamilton, I don't know. Like they still don't have enough depth at infield, and him having an option, him being able to play any of the positions. Like I do fear we're going to see more Tristan Gray than I want to, but I don't know that's the worst thing. Like I think he's going to be competent.
Yeah, I think the way you describe him, there's some similarities like to that Romy Gonzalez profile where you look at the Baseball Savant page and it's like, he seemingly is hitting the ball hard, like at angles that you'd kind of be excited about. It looks like there's some pop in that bat. You bring him here and he kind of has all the characteristics you like. Maybe you unlock something and you go from there. But you could say the same thing about Luis Guerrero. Like Luis Guerrero is probably going to go to the Rays and figure it out and be a useful reliever for them.
Oh, he absolutely will. But it's like they pick Sandlin over Guerrero. And I think that's a debatable move. I've seen Luis Guerrero make it to the majors and started off better than it finished. But when you look at like what Bizardo did for the Mariners, it's like, all right, maybe there were some more tweaks there. Let the guy who can throw 99 throw 99 sometimes. Just thought. But in terms of like, you don't just DFA that guy, let him get picked. You got something for him. You picked Sandlin, so you at least think there's something there, even though there was really no proof of that. But they like the profile there, so maybe they're going to give him more than a month in a reliever role and see if something clicks, because they were begging for him to make it to Boston last year, and he was like, I'm all set.
And I think this is Craig Breslow kind of stepping in as he gets more time. You get more guys that have been under your program and you can kind of mold them to what you want. It's no disrespect to Chris Murphy, but I think we saw the inconsistencies with him this year. And if you're not going to throw strikes, they're going to move on. And like with Bernardino,
also coming off of a major surgery.
100%. But I think that's something they like with a guy like Drohan who fills the zone, misses a lot of bats. Like, I think it's just a tier of stuff that is a little bit above what Chris Murphy does.
Sure.
And I like Chris Murphy. I hyped him up multiple times, but they fill that same kind of multi-inning, like, let him out there for 6 outs and let's rip it and see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you guys want the other main topics from the week, or should we save that for something else?
Taiku of the year?
Taiku of the year?
What other main topics you got, T?
We have the Red Sox are showing interest in Bo Bichette, and we have essentially the drama that took place today, and I'd say over the last 48 hours about the Alonso or Bregman and what they're actually going to end up spending. I feel like that's a pretty significant combo.
That drama took place today?
Yeah, I was like, when was this drama?
I think it's been pretty crazy today.
Where was the drama?
Alex Spear, I think, and Alex Spear is tremendous with words. He's obviously like the guy, so I'm not here to chirp him, but I think he didn't flesh out his point enough, or he wasn't trying to show a hand. Like people have been dreaming on, all right, bring back Bregman, then get Alonso. Bring back Bregman. That's tough. Sign Kyle Tucker. Like, let's get to it's not just one big bat. It's Bregman plus one big bat. And Spear came out and he was like, we're not doing that. Like, that's not what's happening. We're signing one of the bats. And people started losing their mind. Well, Stats just tweeted that, and he was like, this is what he said. And people were like, oh, Stats is depressed because of the Devers trade, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, that's literally what Spear said. But I think what Spear didn't flesh out is and what a lot of people haven't come to accept yet, like, they're not trading for Joe Ryan. I don't know why people can't get this. They're not trading for Joe Ryan. They're going to sign one of these pitchers. There's so many pitchers. So I think they're still going to sign either Bregman or Alonso or one of the large bats. But that other chunk of money, that other pile of money is going to go to a Dylan Cease or a Michael King or a Framber Valdez, someone like that. And then one of these outfielders they still need to fucking trade is going to be for a younger, cost-controlled, already proven bat. That's where the second big bat's going to come from, not from free agency. It would be really fucking stupid, actually, to make it come from free agency.
Yeah, people kind of took the article. It dropped late last night, and it was seen as, a positive, right? I saw a lot of people aggregating the luxury tax number. I put out a tweet this morning just breaking the numbers down more than anything. But this was the quote that initially got people excited. Multiple members of the organization expect the team's offseason pursuits to match its rhetoric that the 2025 season represented a critical step forward, but not an end goal. The Sox reached the playoffs, but don't believe they can run back their 2025 script and expect to compete for the World Series. Their goal is roster improvement. That suggests the Sox will spend beyond their 2025 payroll, which is at least $40 million in additional spending at a minimum. They're at $204 million or $203.99 right now. So if you add 40, that gets you right up to essentially where they were last year in the first threshold. That was Spear alluding to going at least over that to some degree. I think a lot of people, including myself, I look at 284 as the number. I think they have no reason not to spend up to that. If you tell me they don't want to go more than that because they don't want their first round pick kicked back 10 picks, especially if they're going to sign a QO as well or a player with one, that's a second and a fifth round pick, then you'd also be kicking yourself out of the first round of the draft. That's a lot to do to your farm system, which to me personally is like a top 10-ish system right now. And you definitely need some, just higher level player or position player talent in the organization at this point. We see they can turn out pitchers like it's nothing. You want some of those position players to start to refill the system a bit. But then Spear today, he fleshed out those comments in the article where he, this is what he said in here. For the matter, it's possible they will expand their offseason targets beyond a middle-of-the-order slugger and a top-end starter. Financially, it's not unrealistic to think the team could combine free agent spending and trades to add one top-end bat, one number 2 starter, and a second complimentary bat. Complimentary bats would fall more into the realm of a player such as an infielder Jorge Polanco, a switch hitter who posted a 265, yada, yada, yada. But when you hear that, you go, oh, fuck, it's Jorge Polanco. It's not Bregman and Alonso. You start talking him, Eugenio Suarez, you start talking Kazuma Okamoto. And I think that's where a lot of people were immediately like, the Red Sox are cheap. Fuck all of this. Like, you got rid of Devers. You need to get, you bring in Bregman back should just be the bare minimum. Then you need to add another massive bat to get yourself anywhere close to where you were a year ago. And he doubled down on 310 to left, saying, I feel like the Red Sox are in position to add multiple position players, but I feel like in terms of the top tier, you're looking at trying to identify one player from that and then maybe having a mid-tier free agent. That's where we're at.
It's November, man. Like, I always remind myself the things that are said, reported, whatever in November usually end up being just wildly inaccurate when all the dust settles.
It would be funny first week of spring training going back to like mid-November reports and be like, that's fucking hilarious to read now.
Nailed that.
And this, I think a lot of people were pulling this because the conversation started. At least we've been doing it on radio the last 2 days. Morosi said Bregman or Alonso. Which one would you pick if you had to pick? And that's kind of just created this snowball effect that they're not doing what they need to do this offseason. And in my opinion, can they pay both? They definitely can. You could add $30 million, call it, for Alonso and Bregman. That'd bring you to 264. Joe Ryan's almost nothing on the books. Freddie Peralta's almost nothing on the books. We're talking $8 million and below. You could get those guys and still get under 284. But if it's Bregman and, say, Okamoto, and they get that number 2 starter, would that still be a good offseason to me? You definitely need a lefty reliever, too. Yeah, it would be a good offseason. It's just not the A+ home run offseason. And I think with some of Breslow's comments at the GM meetings, people were hoping they were about to go scorched earth. I think this is kind of bringing you a little closer to reality. And you'll see how things play out. Will Bregman's market be what he wants? Will Alonso get what he wants? Who knows? Maybe it plays out and Bregman's settling for a deal that he thought was going to be better, or Alonso is. I'm not at the point of like losing my mind over it.
And you shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, not at all. I think the Red Sox will land a big free agent outside of Alex Bregman. Like, Alex Bregman's not gonna, like, it's
Bat
gonna
or
be
arm.
Either or.
Sure, I think it's going to be arm.
Yeah, I mean, either
Is that with Bregman coming back, Coley, or no?
Like
it's with the assumption of Bregman
again.
back.
Like
Not for me.
I don't know anything that you don't know about the Bregman situation. Haven't asked. But I mean, my gut tells me that Bregman will be back, and I also believe that if Bregman's back, that doesn't limit them from adding another big free agent. Like the Red Sox can't tell you they added a big free agent if they just bring Bregman back.
No.
And that's what most people are upset about.
Yeah, I don't think that that's going to happen. That's why I'm chilling. The internet can freak out and they can have their debates and whatever else, have your meltdown, but I'm not worried about that situation right now.
That's why I think it was poorly put forth, that it was like completely removing the fact that they would sign a big arm, which I do think is what they're going to do.
Sure. If it's Bregman and it's an arm versus a bat, then it's still a big add in addition to what you had last year.
For sure.
You can't say we got a big free agent when you're bringing back a guy that was already here last year.
Which I don't think they would. I don't know. I don't think they would try to sell us on like, look, Breggy's back. This is the big thing. I mean, they want the guy they can put on the poster. They want the guy specifically at, what are they calling it now? Fenway Fest? Is that what they call it? Yep. Okay, Fenway Fest. They want the guy that they can maybe, debut at that event instead.
Yeah.
I won't lie to, while I would definitely explore Bo Bichette, and I think they'd be dumb not to, I'm very scared of the Blue Jays getting Kyle Tucker. I feel like that's going to become a major thing over the coming weeks.
He'll go there.
But I also wonder,
he'll go there.
With Bo Bichette, is that the Red Sox starting to be like, hey, like we're going to play this game.
Hey.
We're going to pretend to flirt with somebody else that we want something else. And we'll see. Bregman, what do you got? Who's checking in on you? Who you've been talking to? And we haven't got a ton of that. We saw Gleyber Torres accept the QO for the Tigers. That can't be great for them. I think they were definitely hoping that wasn't going to happen. So we'll see what the market is for him. But right now,
I still got my eyes on the Phillies, if we're being honest.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one to me.
Yeah. It's the Phillies saying, boom, get fucked.
Yeah.
Shipping him out and then focusing on Bregman. I could see that being the threat.
It feels like they want to get younger, though. And like that's where maybe things don't align, but it's Dave Dombrowski, and he may just say, fuck it. I still think, like, if you're looking at possible deals, like Wilson Contreras, you want to start barking up that tree. 6 outs above average at first base, like 20 homers this past season, still like a 120 OPS plus bat. Like you add someone like him, and it's 3 years, 3 years on contract, 18 million this year, 18 million the next, 18 and a half after that. We know they already like him. Like, if that's someone you want to plug at first base and you brought Bregman back and you went and signed a starter, is anyone pissing their pants saying, like, this team sucks? Like, no. I think everyone would be like, that's a pretty good lineup.
Contreras isn't lighting off fireworks, though.
No. Pete Alonso would definitely get people to blow their load.
Like, people have already sold themselves on that, so I do think you would have to go the Vinny P route or something like that to get people. And I'm not saying that's the best baseball thing. It is a better baseball thing, but I'm not saying it's like, that's not why you should do it for fireworks.
I don't know how I'd feel about that. Wilson Contreras was a better hitter the past 2 seasons.
What's he, like 5 years younger?
No, Wilson Contreras sneaky old as fuck. 34 next season.
That's what I'm saying. Vinny, so he's like 8 years younger.
Yeah, like I thought Wilson Contreras was like 30 in my head.
The last 2 years.
But for Vinny, yeah, like the only thing with Vinny, bad defender too. Like Wilson Contreras,
sure,
good defender.
It's first. Like if they bring in the best first base defender of all time, that's not fixing their issues.
All I'm saying is Kazuma Okamoto, 70 grade defender at first base, also 55 defender at third base. So like, is there a pathway where it's Alonso at first and they put Okamoto at third and say like, hey, get by for a year there. We'll move Alonso to DH. Eventually first base will be yours. Maybe that exists too. Eugenio Suarez, if he's playing third base, God help everybody. Like, it's great that he hits for power, but like, I just don't. But you could always sign Bregman and maybe move Suarez to first base. And he played it barely last year. That would probably be the move.
Suarez would rake it. I'm shocked how little I hear his name brought up.
The way Spiro was saying
forgot he was even a free agent with how little he comes up. I'm like, that guy would hit bombs here.
It was just because he was fucking dog water.
Is he like 37 though?
Down
like
Seattle, he doesn't hit well in Seattle. That's why they traded him away from Seattle. It was stupid to trade back for him.
It's also kind of just who he is. He has like that Raffy thing to him, where you're gonna get like the hottest hot streak and then the coldest cold streak you ever seen in your life.
You're the first person to compare Eugenio Suarez to
There's no
Cesar
way anyone
Rafael.
else has done
I
that.
was
Just
like,
hot
where
and
the
cold.
fuck is he going with this?
I think even Rafael Devers was like, what?
Yeah,
just
sure,
know with
Rafael,
Makes way more sense.
Heater every year. That's what you're getting. He also strikes out a shit ton, which is another thing. Like Okamoto doesn't strike out very much.
Yeah.
T, you want to get that Taiku of the year?
Yeah,
I get
Taiku of the year.
You got him.
Wait, you guys gonna
Last
play
thing,
music?
don't overreact to spending until it happens. Like their lack of
Yes,
spending
of
until
course.
these players are on other teams.
That's where I'm at.
I
And
know
I don't think
people
most
are
people. I don't think
charged
most
up.
people are like. I know T's timeline is always different than ours. Like I don't think most logical people are like, oh, these fucking guys again. It's like they've done enough recently where it's like you can give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt in terms of time. Like they've signed enough guys at least last year. I understand where you're at, Coley. I get it.
Yes
I
and
get
no.
it. But I'm just saying it's
Cora-
not like last year was like, oh, another offseason of this shit.
100%.
No, but when you immediately cut Dever, it's like,
Yeah.
what was that? And they
I get it.
specifically point to the contract for why they do it. It's like, okay, well, I wish you would just spent less then. Like that's where it's like, that's where I understand those people, but let the offseason happen. I remember last year when guys were signing, we were like, what the fuck? When Fried signed, people were losing their minds. And then we get Crochet in 6 hours later. I was like, oh, okay.
To be
and
fair,
I'll give
that
people
seemed
a
to
little
wake them
pass
up
with the
too.
Breggy thing too, where it's like spring training was going on, so you can be upset at that point, and they get him kind of at the buzzer. I get that, but again, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Like, let's calm down.
We gonna play the music?
I didn't know if Steve had one of those like pre-recorded things.
No, I was thinking music. Last year we did music. Let's do music.
Preggy for Breggy. Who took flight? It was SETI. Bueller's nuts. Heavy. Bueller, 7 strong.
Jeez.
Ref can't hit righties. That's wrong. Story, catch-up song. Complete game, Bayo.
Big cock walk.
Sox bats, simply on fuego. Wins 5 in a row.
Bueller mowed him down.
Gio was divine. Minnesota story time. Chapman's back is fine.
The Buell sock.
Roman's reign rides on. Bayo Day, a paragon. SETI called upon.
Butane, change the game.
Crochet was grinding. Story so inspiring. Sweet, socks are shining. That's it. Series of haikus by Tyler Milliken.
Wow.
What was that head wave? Jesus, Steve. Didn't like that one?
What's up?
You waved your head at that last one.
I didn't love the last one. I think I'm more just still.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I'm so caught up on the fact that a third of these include Walker Bueller. That's wild.
It
Yeah.
was early in the year, man.
I mean,
Sheesh.
I was gonna pause it when Coley reacted to the first one because it's like, you can't vote on Taiku of the year based on the quality of the players that were named. It's about the ballers.
It's the words. It's just still funny.
For me, that's why I like before we started this, I was going to remark, but we're trying to finish it. But it was like, it's going to sound so funny, not in the like heat of the moment. You know what I
Of
mean?
course.
Like
Way
so
out of
far
context.
removed from when these were dropped.
I have
Like,
no clue what any of those were in reference to, and that's
Right.
kind of how this is always going to go.
They're pretty
That's why
spread
it's-
out, too.
Oh, big time! Oh, there was a long stretch where we were not nominating them.
Yeah.
at
The
all.
bar was high. The bar was high.
Mm-hmm.
We battled.
Yeah, it was just very funny to be like, because I remember early in the season, Steve being like, "We have a number 2. It's Walker Bueller." Like it wasn't a crazy.
I don't think it was wild. Yeah.
thing for people
Patriots
to be saying
Day?
at the time. But Bayo was hurt to start the year. Giolito's
Trash.
just coming back
Out
from
of the gate.
injury. Yeah, it was bad. So they lined up at that time, but it is funny the first two just being like Walker Buehler sitting on his back.
And it's also like, it was the closer line too, and it's like, and you guessed it, Buehler again carrying the score.
12 innings, 45 games.
3 perfect games in a row, Buehler time.
It was a beautiful run.
Buehler extension
Buehler,
win.
you're fucked.
Pirates Cove's finest. At it again.
Fuck you guys.
No, it's
it's
about
not-
Walker
nothing
Buehler.
to
It's
do
not about
with
you.
you.
And it's not about you, T.
It's very funny that a guy who like kind of revolted in the middle of the season was
Yeah.
so big to start the year.
If anything, it's a shout out to you, T, because this is about your use of words. This is about the words. This doesn't even really necessarily have to do with the players that much. It's more just how you put the words together from the guys that are on the field.
I've been reading
Buehler,
a
120 on the
thesaurus.
block.
Raffy smoking that crack. I like the first one personally. The Bueller's nuts heavy. So I
Yeah.
laughed for multiple
Me too.
reasons. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus,
that's-
Walker's in here, but also he's got huge nuts at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I got one written down. I don't know about you guys.
I didn't hear the rest of them because I was so caught up on how prevalent Walker Buehler was in the first two. It was the
T,
last
give me-
line of the first one and the
give me the-
first line of the second one. I
Give
was
me
like,
the
what
first
the fuck?
two again, T. Give me the first two again. Yeah,
I think it might be the first one.
Preggy for Preggy. Who took flight? It was SETI. Bueller's nuts, heavy. Bueller, 7 strong. Ref can't hit righties. That's wrong. Story, catch-up song.
I think it's funny.
that was Patriots Day.
No, I was
Back-to-back
wrong. I was
lines.
wrong. It's because it's
Yeah.
back to back. I thought they were both the last ones.
Yeah.
The fact that it's just like, you guessed it, Bueller again.
Listen, man. We live in the moment with these.
No, for a thousand, they're time
Tyler,
capsules.
This is nothing negative towards you, like literally
No,
at all.
No,
no.
it's Walker Buehler, baby.
Because these aren't even, they're not even series recap. They are game dependent. Like it is just one of 162 for any
Right,
win.
yeah.
So that's why it's even funnier. Just like, yeah, no. Bueller's
This is
first
Walker
two
Buehler,
starts with the
baby.
first 2 nominations of the year is very funny.
Wait, so it was Bueller 7 strong, right? That was the
Yep.
first
Yeah.
line of the second one?
Yeah.
Is that, I mean, did he do that twice, max?
I think twice.
Now
Maybe
you're gonna
the first
factor in the
two.
rarity of the 7 innings.
I think he's trying to look up when it happened.
7.
Yes. One of them was on Patriots Day.
Wow, he went 7 plus 3 times.
Oh,
One of them,
Philly
that Philly
too.
start was
Yeah, the
big.
Phillies start.
They lost that.
It bought him
At
a
home
month.
against the Rays. And then, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was, Patriots Day.
Let me ask you, Tyler. Outside of those first two, was there one where you're like, I feel like this one's gonna win?
I think the Romans reign one was definitely my favorite one of the year because I never knew what the word paragon was, and when I saw it in the dictionary, I was like, people are like, holy shit, he's a scholar, and everybody was like, I don't think you're using that word correctly, but it was my favorite one of the year.
Are you pretending right now that you were reading the dictionary?
I can't read it all.
Was that a Taiku of the Year nominee?
Yeah.
All right, hit me. Hold on, hit me. with
Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah, hit that one.
The music was still playing. You didn't.
Run it back.
Run it back.
It's going to go for another hour.
It's like when they replayed Otis 5 times. Romans reign rides on. Bayo Day, a paragon. SETI called upon.
Was that the walk-off home run?
No.
All right.
August 27th.
August 27th.
I think Raffy he came off the bench. When was Section 10 night? That was in September? Yeah, I don't know.
They beat
I don't
the
remember.
Orioles 3-2 in Baltimore. Was that the go-ahead homer in the 9th?
Yes.
Yeah. And he had done nothing, too. He was so cold and then had that, 2-run blast.
Yeah. I kind of like the first one.
The first one's so good.
Yeah. Like, it... The only way that one that you just did was going to have a chance of winning if it was Bueller Day. Paragon.
I think we kind of all agree, like, Bueller's got to be in the winner based on...
Shout out his nuts.
I'm moving him up my free agency rankings right now based off of we should re-sign him.
He's the missing piece.
According to these Taikus, the most advanced scouting I have, he was the goods last year.
We only had 6 nominees.
I know, that kind of surprised me. It is funny, by the way, that this year starts with Bueller kind of sort of boom saucing T in the interview, and it ends with Bueller getting Taiku of the year. Obviously, technically Tyler gets Taiku of the year, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. How would you feel if that first one was Taiku of the year, T?
I'm okay with that.
Do you
I'm
feel
a
like
little
it's
sad
worthy?
I blew my load in April, but I do feel like it's worthy.
I think there's something to be said, too, that because Jared's always the one to nominate it, that being the first one where he was like, that one's going on the board, like that has to carry some sort of weight.
Yeah.
It's yours, Captain.
There you go.
I feel like
I think we all agree weaker than last year's batch.
Oh.
Well,
I mean,
I
to
thought
remember
that
last
Tyler,
year,
All year we said they were better.
I thought Tyler cooked all year. I think with the Taikus this year,
more consistent.
Yeah, they were always good. They were always good, but they didn't have that Raffy smoking that crack peak.
Right.
I will say, when that music started this year, I was like really locked in. Not to say I wasn't last year, but I was like, I know T has brought it. And I specifically wouldn't look at those tweets because I wanted to hear you say it.
Right.
I do wonder if people still want them.
What? What do you mean?
I don't know. I've been doing them
Don't
for
people
3
love
years
them?
now. They do well, but I wonder, I don't know, would people like something else or something different?
No,
Yeah,
not
just
sure.
you're nuts after every series. There you go. Cool.
I think it's like Jared's gold bottle tweet. Like certain wins throughout the regular season, people were like, yeah, that was a baseball game I was half paying attention to. After a big win, those things they explode.
Very true.
It's kind of baked into what a lot of people expect after certain W's. And to take that away would be kind of mean to the listeners.
I love doing them. Nothing's like the rush of sitting there in the game ending and realizing you have 5 minutes to come up with something fire. And when it hits, it's awesome. And when people are like, this one sucks, it's a good lesson.
There you go.
When we Freaky Friday it next year, am I going to get a whole series to do Taikus or just one game?
I think we wait until they win
I think we say it before a series.
Yeah,
like, this
and then
is
if
the
they win,
series. And then if they get swept, it wasn't meant to be. There will still be weather. You know, it's the only thing that's dependent on the wins.
Or I guess you would kind of just, you would write, like put in your notes app, just make Taikus for the series. And then if they end up winning the series, then you would do it. Like you don't make your Taikus
the same.
Yeah, but like if we're not looking at Tyler's because we want to hear him fresh on the pod, then I think you can just write them and not tweet them.
So I have to do like 109 Taikus on the off chance I'm called upon.
No, they just need to win a series. That's it.
I mean, they just need to win a game, honestly.
I just looked up the release date of Freaky Friday in 2003, and it was August 6th. Maybe we should do it that day. Or that series.
There we go.
Perfect. Wow.
Thank you.
It's decided.
We'll remember that for sure.
Yeah,
Easily.
We'll be pissing ourselves over the trade deadline and whatever went wrong.
Okay. Anything else?
That is all.
The Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means that you can trust that you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. I'll be using the Game Time app for some Christmas shopping. I know my sister wants Bruins tickets, so I'm going to be able to do that. My mom wanted Jelly Roll tickets. He's not touring right now, so I don't know what I'm going to do there.
Just IOU. Yeah.
I didn't expect that to be her vibe.
That one.
I didn't either.
Yeah, she likes Jelly Roll. Know your total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. Get your zone deals. Save even more when you choose a section. You're like Game Time chooses seats for you. Snag new ticket deals before anyone finds out by following your favorite teams in the Game Time app to receive alerts. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, that's SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, that's 10 for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Steve, what time is it?
Game time.
Yeah, it's game time. All right, we'll be back on what? Monday? I don't know. Whatever fucking day we're going to be back, where we have the Connolly Early interview. Hope you enjoyed the Alex Cora interview. The Connolly Early interview was very fun. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you enjoyed the Alex Cora interview. Does anyone have any final thoughts?
Shout out AC, man. It's really cool that we get to have this relationship with AC and have for this long. It's awesome, and he's great on here. I think he gives the best interviews on here. So, shout out AC. By the way,
it was his idea.
I know.
Yeah.
He was like, when are we doing a podcast? And I was like, the fucking second you say you would like to do one. I don't like to bother people. I don't like to bother people like him. Like players.
You're too respectful.
It's not that. I don't know. There's clearly a relationship there where I don't want anyone, like if something like that, I don't want him to feel like I'm using him.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. But yeah. I don't think
at this point though, he would not think that.
Yeah, I don't think it's because you never ask. That's why I don't know anyone who would be like Jaren's. Like, here we go, and it's like
literally that's what he would say.
Well, Jaren's a tough example. I ask him for like a one-word answer. He's like, Jesus Christ, Steve.
That's who he is. Like that's his personality. Yeah. Like I don't think
if I texted him right now and I was like, I gotta ask you something, he'd be like, oh fuck, here we go, dude. What now?
Here we go again is his favorite thing.
Here we go again.
I ask you for 2 things a year, but okay. My bad.
Yeah. I just talked to him the other day. We talked for like over an hour just about like tattoos and working out. Just like the things that you would think we would be talking about.
If you were allowing me to guess, I would have said those 2 things probably.
Yeah. Like we talked about tattoos. He's doing good. I'm glad that he's doing good. T, you got anything else?
Alex Bregman posted on IG pictures of him working out, and Roman Anthony and Garrett Crochet are in the comment section.
I saw
so
that.
I hope that's
been a lot of workout vids.
Yeah, a lot of workout vids. Coley, anything?
Yeah, I just started listening to Led Zeppelin.
Oh.
My take is they're really good.
Yeah, they are great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't say that. I said really good.
No, they're great.
No,
they skippable songs in their entire catalog.
Honestly, I listened through 1 through 4 and Physical Graffiti, and no skips. I do think, and I said this on mixtape, but it's a different crowd over there. This one, I will hear about this. I think Stairway's a little overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs an 8-minute song, man?
Yeah, it's not like the greatest song of all time. It's a great song.
I'm speaking specifically about the solo. I think the solo, the guitars, so it's a lot of build up, not a lot of payoff. I think it's Guitar Hero. I think people think of it as like a Guitar Hero song, and that's why it gets overrated by our generation.
That's fine. It's a Guitar Center song, not a Guitar Hero song. It's a Guitar Center song. You go into Guitar Center and everyone's just playing it.
Sure,
like, Stay away. Yeah. Anyways, good take. They're a great band, not a good band, not a really good band. They're great.
No,
band.
they are. They're unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back at some point next week. I don't want to make any promises because, shit happens, but we'll see you then.
Whoa.
Buenas noches, amigos.